wanted.
Hello and welcome to Homebhoys number 5322. I'm your host for the night, Jason, and obviously I'm no Joe. And this is one of your end of season pods where we were thinking about no having it, and we says, to hell, man, let's have a wee podcast because there's not that much to talk about, so it'll probably be quite a quick one. So I'll quickly get in the room and I'll leave the best to last. So in the Royal Borough of Rutherglen, Longshanks himself, Mr. Liam Power. How you doing, mate?
I'm very good, my friend. How are you?
I'm very good. Even better that your mighty Villa are winning the now as well. That's always put a wee smile on my face, yeah.
It's all coming together.
And up the road for Liam and Cambus Lang, we've got the bold Scott McCorry. How you doing, son?
Aye, I'm good, mate. Good, as you imagine, is well known. I am bricking it. Aye, and that kind of sums it up. But good to be speaking to you, fine gentlemen, I'll tell you that.
There we go. And so we're not joined by, obviously, me introducing it tonight, we're not joined by Joe. I don't know if he's maybe going to jump on his taxi in the night or something, I don't know. He says he's been in his car all night, so I'm assuming he's picking and dropping folk up. And Mr. whatever his name would be tonight, Marty Flynn, but he's always got a pseudonym for this, he might jump on later. But the main event tonight is the return of the H, Mr. David Harper. How you doing, son, over the Emerald Dial?
Listen, man, Scott messaged me, says there was a request in the chat room, and I was like, people just need to ask, and I'm there. Do you know what I mean?
Brian Hughes, there you are, my man.
Brian Hughes, loads of stuff.
There you go. You're there, you're always there, and God bless every one of you. That's it. Well, welcome to the fold, Harper. Welcome back to the fold. So,
to be here, man. Aye.
Fuck that.
Brilliant. Like I was never away.
So,
I mean, Ma, if you end up listening to that wasn't me swearing, that was some other guy swearing, all right? He's been digging me up again, mate, saying that I'm an abs. It's disgusting, she says. I was like, there's a lot of that going on.
Is that where McInnes got it for your mom? So there's a lot went on since we did a pod last Thursday.
7 days ago.
All right, last Thursday we did a pod. And there's quite a wee bit went on. So will we start with the Buns game on the Sunday?
Go for it, mate.
Go for it. We can even start.
I'm going to tweet out and stuff like that, so leave me alone.
We could even start with my Saturday night football experience, but we'll get to that later on because I'll tell you last week.
No, start with that. That's a good shout.
So I went to the Motherwell Hearts game on the Friday night. So there's a funny story. So me and Linda went. Linda hates football, but she says I'll go away. So we went down to the King Lud, got a couple of pints, and walked down. So I was walking to Fir Park, didn't know what to expect, just keeping the heat down, whatever. And I was expecting it to be a wash with Jambos everywhere, right? No won the league since 1960. Pole position, you're like, they'll be fucking taking over that place. So it gets down, it's maybe about 25 minutes before kick-off, walks down for Craig Newk, walks up to that Tim Horton, empty. Nobody about. All the Hearts fans are in the stadium. And you're saying to yourself, what's going on here? Because obviously I walked down there on Wednesday night and it's fucking pandemonium with Celtic supporters. It's just a different culture of football support than to us. So they're all in. So I'm walking around towards the main stand and all the Motherwell fans are queuing up to get in that long stand across for the main stand. And there's a couple of pissed up Jambos walking towards them. And they're all going out and shaking their hands. Listen, boys, you're the best football team. You're the best football team in the league. But we're going to be the champions. Some of the Motherwell fans are like, get the fuck. And they were all like, we're going to be the champions. I just fucking kept, for once in my life, kept the mouth shut. Me and Linda just walks through into the main stand. So we get in, sits down, and we're maybe about 5 rows ahead the dugouts. And it was McInnes' dugout, the Hearts one. So their end's bouncing, they're all getting it laldy. And so the game starts, and I'm up to high dough, and obviously Motherwell scored. See, when Motherwell scored, and I noticed it when we were there on Wednesday night, we'll get to, we never left the team. You know, even when we were behind, we were singing constantly. You couldn't hear a peep out of them. See, when Motherwell scored, they were just fucking silent. And I was just praying Motherwell got another one, but obviously they get back into the game. So that was kind of it. And towards the second half, Hearts were kind of the better team. They looked more likely to score. But Linda says, with about 5 to go, she says, can we go there now? I'm not wanting to walk out there when they're all piling out. I says, aye, all right. So we left, and it's empty outside because only a couple of folk were leaving. So me and Linda walked back round, and we're walking down towards Craig. You can see across the road, there's a bus stop with that like soft play area thing. And this guy's across the road, and he's shouting, what's the score, mate? And there's all traffic going by. I'm like, it's one each. So he's shouting at me, and I says, can't I hear what you're saying? So he's made his way out, and he's like, what's the score, pal? What's the score, pal? I'm like, it's one each. He says, how's the game going? I says, well, Motherwell had a chance of a penalty. And I go, oh, for fuck's sake. Oh. He's like, oh. And I couldn't, then I says, are you a Jaybo? He's like, aye, I had to leave. I couldn't fucking handle it. I had to walk out. The guy was ready for a nervous break, dude. He's like, when the fuck does a ref ever go far and does they give you a penalty? Fucking unbelievable. He says, we're going to fuck this up. I just said, let's hope so, pal, and walked away. Just left him to it. Boy was up to fucking high, though. So that was it. Just went up and got a couple of pints. It was all right to go to, but it was a funny bit fucking during the second half. McInnes was out doing his dinger, right? This Motherwell fan about 2 seats in front of it stood up and says, oh, McInnes, sit in your fucking hole, you orange bastard. I'm like, oh. I'm like to Linda, did he just say that? She's like, aye. I was well shocked, but there you go. But it was a good atmosphere and sold out. It was good.
What about your Mrs. Medical advice on the 2 injured players?
Oh, aye, fucking hell. So fucking the Hearts have got 2 players stretchered off. She's like at me, bloody fakers, look at them, they're faking it. They're just saying that to waste time. I says, Linda, they're drawing, they need to win. Load of shit, there's nothing wrong with them. Get it to them for months.
Tyson, did you get hit on the head with a ball, or did I imagine?
No, that was another thing. So see, in all my life, gone to the FITBA, 4-year-old. My first game was actually at Firth Park. So that's 50 years been going to. It was obviously against Celtic. But 50 years, I've never touched the ball. And next thing, the ball gets booted right into the stand, going towards Linda. She's ducked and I put my horn up, and it's whacked off my left hand and bounced just a hint. That was the first time I ever had touched the ball.
Brilliant, man. Brilliant.
There you go. Aye, so a good wee night, and it set us up for the weekend. So obviously the next day we were getting in buzzing with the opportunity to close the gap. And I'll hand it over to one of yous. Do I go, Liam?
Yeah. So I was over in Spain, obviously, at the weekend. Caught the end of the Motherwell game. I said before, I had a lot of confidence that Motherwell would take points off them. I was terrified of us playing Motherwell, far more than I was of us playing Rangers. But in the script, Jason, I wrote for you, then Motherwell were always going to get some points on Saturday. So
it came to pass.
It came to pass so far, mate. And the fall of our dearly beloved rivals has been something spectacular to see as well, just into the bargain. So yeah, we were over in Bellamedina, went to Lewis's for the last probably 15 minutes. We've been out for a nice steak on the night for dinner, and Donna had like proper heels on, so I'm not trying to fucking almost drag her up the road and she can barely walk. I'm like, we're going to miss the fucking game. And we went past, Lewis's bar in Bellamedina, if you're coming from the opposite, not the marina end, but the opposite end, there's a Rangers bar. Yeah, there's a Rangers bar across the road, like about, I don't know, a couple of minutes down from that. And as we knew the score was 1-1, but as we passed it, they were all cheering for something. And you kind of, I'm blind as a bat, as you know, so I was looking across the road and it looked like a Hearts player had slid in and scored a goal, so I was convinced it was 2-1. And I was refreshing my phone all the way up, but I don't know what it was. Maybe it was a clip from the first half or something. But so I was pleased to see it got to 1-1 when we got there. It's about 15 minutes to go. I think that penalty thing had just happened, that VAR thing. Was that near the end of the game?
Maybe 15 minutes to go. 20 minutes to go.
So that's about exactly when we got there. And like that guy said, once the referee goes to the screen, you're like, he's definitely giving this. I mean, 2 things we've seen with VAR in this last week is absolutely outrageous. in terms of us not expecting to see it. Not to say they got them wrong, but not expecting to see it. So didn't give the penalty, which was really good. And then one of the screens froze in the pub, and they kind of reset them all. And then you had all the screens, well, a couple of screens were going at different times of the game. So it was a fucking nightmare trying to work out which was the latest one, sort of thing. But I thought Motherwell saw it out pretty well. A few people have said they didn't play that well in the game. Obviously, you were there, Jason. You'd have known because I thought they were brilliant again against us on Wednesday. But
they were great half against Hearts. Kind of set.
Right.
It was a 50-50 game, really, to be honest with you.
Right. Okay. I mean, I thought we'll come to it. Obviously, I thought they first half particularly battered us on Wednesday, but so delighted to get that result, and it really set us up for the Sunday. And I listened to your podcast, obviously, on the way down to the game on the Sunday. I was pretty confident that we'd win on Sunday. I wasn't massively concerned about that. More concerned about the game on Wednesday. But it's always, obviously, you gutted to miss the game. Took a bit of a gamble going middle of the split fixtures, thinking we'd have played the Derby game much earlier than that, but didn't work out. But it's always good watching a game abroad, bit of sun as well. So down to Lewis's for the game, got there nice and early, a few pints, got a table, and yeah, just thought the game went really well. I didn't think we were that brilliant in the first half, to be honest. Thought we were kind of started off well for 5 minutes and then conceded a bit of a bad goal. But pulled it round a little bit, managed to get an equaliser, and looked pretty strong kind of going into half time. And then I thought second half we just really took control, played really well. Maeda's come into form at such a good time for us just now. You know, I mean, he's kind of, I don't know what you guys think, he's kind of back at last season's form almost now, isn't he? Where he's just pulling goals out of his socks, really, out of nowhere. And Yang obviously getting that first goal for us brought it back in again. Another time it could have been disallowed, you know, with it going to VAR, given the opportunity. I think they got it right, but based on the rules, the goalie wasn't had his vision blocked for the shot there. But always pleased to see that one go our way, and then. You know, just them, and you'll have to describe it. You and Scott will describe it far better than I can be in the stadium. But you know, those two goals in the second half. First one is typical Maeda, and then the second one, the overhead kick, is just absolutely incredible. Yeah, absolutely incredible for a fixture of that magnitude to kind of do that. But obviously, just interested to hear from you two what it was like atmosphere-wise before the game and during the game, because you don't take that in when you're in the pub watching the game.
Aye. You want to go, Scott?
Aye. Well, I was explaining to the boys I had a fair drink with me. So, whilst usually I would sit here and say, right, I can't really mind much about it. I do remember practically everything. I'm trying to think. So obviously the tifo I thought was excellent. Obviously, you know, the tifo was brilliant. But the atmosphere going up to the game, the atmosphere around, obviously the sun's out to see us about as well. Everybody was into it. Everybody was well up for it. And I've watched a load of people's opinion, and obviously I don't know what their alcoholic situation at that point. But whilst we kind of lost the plot after they scored in terms of we kept getting the ball away, and they were doing that reverse ball that seemed to catch us out time and time again. I wasn't now, like usually you're mega nervous after you can see the goal. Everybody felt totally comfortable. The support was wild, man, because as soon as he scored, it was like the old days. Now, like you used to concede a goal, and everybody, a man stood up and went, come on. And it was, and once we got ourselves back in the game, it was almost a case of how many rather than are we going to win this? That's how I put my hand up to everybody and tell you I really had a good drink to me, and so maybe I was kind of blinded by that. But the way we finished the first half, it was almost as if second half we were going to steamroller them, and I think we did. But the everybody in the ground there, we'll talk about the goals in due course, but I felt after we scored the third, there was a very much, right, let's go and put a big score up here, let's go and do them.
Yep.
But I felt we just, the team itself just went, right, this no concede, this just control this game. And I felt we controlled it. I didn't feel they were a danger. Obviously, they've hit the bar, what, in the 89th minute or something like that. But second half was as comfy as you get a game, honestly. And again, maybe I'm saying that with the benefit of being kind of suitably.
No, I would totally agree with you.
2-1 to Partick.
Bloody hell. It looked as if they chucked it. No, I was saying last week in the pod, I was like, like they get the goal. See if they'd got another one, they would have got the bit between their teeth and they would have really went for it. But as you listen to podcasts, what they say, they never put a full game together. You know, they're decent in spells. But when they fell out the game, and I kind of agree with Liam, like, we started the game first 15, 20 minutes. I thought we were definitely in control, and then they get their foot in the ball and they started causing us quite a lot of problems. And when they scored, but I was like you, Scott, I wasn't kind of overly concerned, and I thought the crowd again stayed with the team. And obviously we get quite a quick goal back for Yang, and it then set the tone for the rest of the game. We finished the first half definitely on the ascendancy, and everybody was kind of buzzing at half time, and we certainly came out the blocks the second half. Now we were outstanding. I think that's down to my either, but we'll get to the goals. But I agree with you, mate. Harper, what about yourself?
Just to kind of bring it back to the Motherwell game, I suppose. I was more, same as yourself, Jason. I was more worried about going to Motherwell away than playing the Huns at home. But Saturday night kind of gave me a bit more. I was a bit more settled because I didn't think Motherwell were great at all in the second half. No. I thought Hearts kind of fucking battered them in the second half. It was kind of one-way traffic. It was 50-50 first half. Maybe Motherwell even edged it. It seems to be the story of their season. They kind of fallen away in the second half. Even Wednesday night, Chris Sutton said it in the second half, like Motherwell seemed to run out of steam. And I'd said it to Sharon's boy half time. I said, I think we'll boss this the second half. It didn't actually turn out like that. But watching the Hearts game, I was kind of like, Hearts aren't a great team, so when Hearts kind of battered them second half, it gave me a wee bit more confidence. Do you know what I mean? Just a quick one. See that pub you're talking about in Belmadonna? Is that a Celtic sports pub?
Is that how you see it? No way. That's how you see it.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, Scott. Right?
No way. No, I remember, mate.
Listen to me.
No.
Let me finish.
Do you remember digging Marty up because he said bitten?
You got to listen to me.
Right, sorry.
So one of my ex-mother-in-laws lived in Calahonda.
One of my ex-mother-in-laws.
just along the road to Belmadonna, right? And that's how the Spanish pronounce it. That's how you pronounce it. They get annoyed when you say Belmadonna. That's what I was told when I was there. Anyway, but is that a Celtic sports club in there? I've been in there. I was in there for a Celtic Rangers game before. Obviously, I used to go out there quite a bit. But onto the Huns game.
By the way, Harper, I wasn't saying you. I was actually asking you, is that really, because I've never heard anybody say that, so I can go ahead and slag Liam then.
Anytime I hear somebody say Belmadonna, which is what everybody says, I just automatically think of that. Belmadonna. There you go. He's fucking. I'm here to teach you.
There you go.
So I felt better about fucking how things would turn out against Motherwell. Obviously, we'll come to that. But the Huns game, it's the fucking usual, man. I was absolutely shite myself the whole fucking game. I didn't even like. I don't want to go through the whole game like Liam did, but the second half, even when it was 3-1 with 10 minutes to go, I was still shite myself. Honestly, I never felt comfortable at all. I don't know if it was just because this Celtic team, you just don't know what you're going to fucking get. And I know it was comfortable in the end, but the whole time I was watching it, I didn't feel comfortable. Do you know what I mean? We were just letting them have the ball, and they were coming. I know they never created anything apart from the Miovski header. They were getting corner after corner, and I was like, these cunts get one, and then my fucking arse is ripping at me for the next fucking couple of minutes. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know how you at the game. Maybe it's different at the game, I suppose, but sitting watching it at the telly, I was shite myself the whole fucking time.
Aye. I was like Scott. It was obviously you've got a few pints in you, and I've been in Peter Ross's house for about back 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning. But no, I thought, don't get me wrong, part of it as well as you kind of gave up in the season. It's only kind of real. It was only real after the Rangers game, really, for me. You know that.
Sorry, Jason. I need to butt in. Good man, Jim Brown. I'm here for the people.
But it's kind of, although it's always been real, but it's kind of, I don't know if I believed it until, we had to get the Rangers game out the road, and then the nerves kind of really kicked in. But you were just getting carried away. It's 2-1 to Villa.
1-0 to Shells.
Oh, is it? Oh, fucking hell. We've got all sorts going on here. But, it was, I don't know, when they went 1-0 up, it was like, you're like, it's still early days, Enkin, and then we get the quick goal. And I think after that, we didn't look back. But the second half, I thought Celtic were excellent. I thought Maeda's first goal, I thought the ball for Scales down to Tierney and the ball, and the brilliant, what a goal. And obviously Sturridge was fucking out of this world, but I thought McGregor was excellent. I thought he's come right back into it again as well. I thought Tierney was excellent.
Right, Tierney was brilliant.
And what a difference it is. I know Sinisal was no everybody's favourite, and he's not the best goal in the world, but what a difference it is having him between the sticks instead of that fucking fraud Schmeichel. You know, when you think about the fucking amount of points we've chucked because of him,
right.
It's obviously done now, but you've got a goalie there that can make saves. But and he gives the defence confidence. But and Alistair Johnson back, fucking hell. Obviously, I think, what do you think with the potential red card? Do you think to get away with one there? His leg wasn't straight.
He said himself.
Aye, I think we were lucky there. He could have went.
What about Trusty the last couple of games? He's been a disaster. Right?
Scales is pulling him out of jail all the time. Scales has been excellent.
And Scales is still the first guy to get attacked off everybody.
Aye, Scales has been brilliant. And obviously Scales got a mistake in him as well, but he's fucking been outstanding. He pulls Trusty out a hole all the time. But no, very confident with him. But that's the thing. It's wee things. Obviously, after the Hibs game, we are saying everyone's going to go against us as well, and fucking everyone. But then, since then, all the major ones have went in our favour. Since then, touch wood. Do you know what I mean? Just hopefully, fucking nothing happens tomorrow.
Can't believe you said it, mate. Can't believe it.
I know. Touch wood there. Fucking, there's all sorts of wicked touched here.
The thing is, I mean, the season clearly started after the Hibs game this season. Which was two games ago, wasn't it? So. The VAR controversies.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's been neatly boxed off till after the Hibs game, where we had 4 controversial decisions that could have and did go against Celtic in one game.
I mean, see, when you think about the Hibs game, that's a 2-goal swing. Well, if you score the penalty,
yeah,
they're not getting a goal and you're getting a penalty. They're down to 10 men. You could have scored 5 or 6.
Yeah,
there's fucking nothing to worry about with the goal difference.
The ball rolled down the guy's arm, rolled down his whole arm, and he put it in the net.
Aye, but you've mentioned it, Liam, and I know VAR we all fucking hate it in a certain way, but it's been the best thing that's happened to Celtic.
100%.
Aye.
Even before the last 2 weeks, when you go back to that Hibs game, because obviously, the first goal would have been disallowed, the guy wouldn't have been sent off.
Aye.
All these things wouldn't have happened back in the old rules.
Aye, I know.
What did you think the starting lineup? McCowan starting on the wing and that. I just feel like watching Celtic this last while, we didn't get the best team in the park till about the 60th, 70th minute.
Aye, that was weird. That was weird, and he was kind of out his depth, wasn't he?
Aye, he was well off it. Didn't get me wrong. I've got a ball for the when he played when it ends up Young scoring. Do you know what I mean?
Aye,
and obviously had the other wee one as well when Maeda was right through the keeper.
I think
right as well, but apart from that, everything was happening down his side.
I think the trouble is, Harper, there's 4 people for that one position, right? I think you've got Tenecti, who we know can't start a game now, right? No, Prey doesn't start tomorrow. Forrest could start a game, but only play 60 minutes. Iheanacho
I'd rather that.
Well, I hope that's what we do tomorrow. Iheanacho could start and play about 15 by the look of him just now.
15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, or you get McCowan, who tends to play half a game. You haven't got you've got kind of 9-10 players you can hang your hat on to a degree just now. But we're definitely short of that one player that makes it up.
Even Negrin's starting every week, and I know, like, the goals and that, but he's absolutely fucking, I think he's absolute murder, man.
Yeah.
And Hatati's not getting a sniff. I know Hatati's not been great, but I have him in my starting lineup every fucking week. Like, I can't go that Negrin at all. Like, didn't get me wrong, I was shouting player of the year and everybody knocked one in the other night. But I just can't go that guy at all. And I hope his agents are in Europe telling about how he won Celtic.
Well, he has.
Oh, he has. I hope his agents telling everybody.
If we win it, fucking hell.
I don't know. Just Martin O'Neill's
the
teams he's picking at times. I don't think he's picking the best lineup. Like,
no,
that's
people compare Negrin to Chris Commons, right? But and you can probably compare it in a physical way. But Chris Commons was a tremendous football player. But I mean, his touch, his passing, his vision, everything about him was. He rarely lost the ball, but he just didn't run around much. Negrin's nowhere near that sort of player.
See Negrin, but see if you played him in a top class team and you just gave him the number 10 role and just tell him just run about and score goals and do what you want. I think he'd be fucking outstanding. He's got some finish on him. He's fucking deadly. See running about that deadly run about that box.
Yeah, I think if you think back to the day, like, see if you had Maeda on the left, Jota on the right, and a proper centre forward that moved, like Kyogo back in his heyday, think of the space Negrin would have to operate in there. You know, it'd probably be a different player altogether, but we're literally playing with 9-10 men every single game just now.
Aye, but see the chips. I mean, if he doesn't play on Wednesday night, we don't get fucking a win. You probably don't even get a draw.
Negrin.
Negrin, aye.
Negrin, well, fucking see if he fucking does his job as a midfielder. Maybe the guy doesn't score the opener. That's a fucking shambles, man.
I know.
Fucking close a man down. You can see the ball. And how can the cunt know he did the ball back way? I mean, the fucking ball's getting cleared out and he's headed it back to twice. Done it against Hibs and done it in fucking... Oh, man. See, I know we're coming to the Motherwell game. Negrin goals cover a lot of things. I know he keep as Liam says, the Commons one. I think it's more badder. I mean, I don't fucking. I mean, oh, he's infuriating. He's infuriating. The whole midfield's infuriating at times. But we'll come to that. Sorry.
Even against the Huns, like every time he got the ball, everything broke down.
See that
fucking constantly.
Pass it to Yang, Patty, Hodge on, tries to pass it, fucking loses it.
Would you think about playing him out on the wing and putting Hatate or something in the middle? Like where McCowan played, just put him on one of the wings.
Negrin on the wing?
I don't think he'd get by end and hit the byline.
See, to be honest, lads, I think we're at the stage where we've just got to suck it up. Liam's kind of right what he's saying about the subs and stuff like that. Martin O'Neill is at the point he's putting that guys on the pitch that he can rely on. And no harm to everybody, but if he doesn't think he can rely on Hatate, then I trust Martin O'Neill in this situation. Because I think Hatate's one of the most frustrating guys going. I'm way about the Negrin thing, I'm way about the Donetke, I'm way about the McCowan thing. But I think Martin O'Neill's looking at it that you can win a game in the last 20 minutes. You're not going to lose it in the first 20 minutes, are you? You know what I mean? So I think that's it, trying to kind of... But everything we're saying about the Huns game is kind of contradicted almost in the Motherwell game, isn't it? Because a lot of the good was bad against Motherwell.
So we can't go into the Motherwell game without talking about the main man's fucking second goal. Honest to God, what about that? What about the stadium? What about the stadium when that hit the back of the net, Scott?
But Jason, before we get to the goals, because I think you're right. The first goal's a cracker. From a Hun point of view, it's a disgrace. But from your point of view, he's done everything about it's great. But we spoke last week about him, didn't we? And we spoke that. I mean, there's a big quote come out today about him wanting to play the English Premier League. So that's what he's aiming for this summer. Do you know what I mean? I don't think this does us any harm in terms of getting decent dough for him. But back to the point, we spoke 7 days ago about him. If he's the man to fire us to this league, he'll walk away if not a legend, right? Because the term legend is used too easy, as we all say. But we're talking about a modern great, an absolute modern great. His season last season will never be forgotten. And how he's finishing this season on the back of that, again, touch wood, as you say, Jaybo, man, there's a big fucking poster of him outside Parkhead if he goes now. I mean, fucking the first goal's great, and then I'll let you go on about the second goal because hey, fucking hell, man.
They'll put a statue of him up the Highlands.
What's it without here?
Fucking hell. Aye, and the thing is as well, he comes off the Hibs game with fucking, I think he's got a broken foot. Do you know what I mean? Fucking, he's a machine. The guy is he's just fucking, there's no football player like him on this planet. None. And he isn't the best player, but he's certainly the best work ethic of any player on this planet. His energy levels and his application to the game is just, you'll never see that again. He's a freak, an absolute freak. And when you listen to podcasts and his fellow players talking about him, I think Andy Halliday says he's like a cheat code in FIFA. Aye, but it is like that. He's a fucking absolute freak. And he's just proven he's worth his weight in fucking gold to us. Oh. Yeah. And I've made my peace. He's definitely going at the end of the season. You want him to go because fucking that's it. He's served his time. But fucking hell, man, I love the guy. And he will go as a legend. To me, he's better than Naka for me. No, as a football player, like obviously Naka is an absolute genius, but just for everything that he contributes to the team.
Yeah, I think, Jason, going back to Scott's point there, right? O'Neill's playing him because of the trust there, but he's doing the job of three people up there. Like, even if Iheanacho was 3 times as fit, for example, or at his peak fitness, still not doing it anywhere near that level of pressing that Mieda's doing.
Impossible. It's impossible.
Yeah. So I don't think there's anybody.
I'm going to the left. I keep talk about the goal, not because I keep talking about the Motherwell game.
So tell me something, right? How long was between fucking goal, our second goal and our first goal?
3 minutes, I think.
3 minutes, aye.
Time.
See when that hit the net, that stadium just fucking erupted. Like it was like one of the best celebrations ever in that stadium. Ever. It was fucking limbs everywhere, just absolute bedlam. And like nobody could believe it. And when you see it, it's like fucking unbelievable. You know, it's like just I've never seen a Celtic goal like it against them, ever. Just totally poetry in motion. Just the way he's done it. And just many times have you watched it? I must be about 70 or 80. Easy. Easy.
Every time you find a new angle,
and then somebody's got a video at the game, some wee lassie or something at the back of the stand, you're sitting watching it from there. And it's just fucking just send me to the man. I just want to see it for every possible fucking angle.
And normally overhead kicks are quite kind of straight, if you know what I mean. They're quite direct, you know, because of the way you kick them. The fact this one even arced over and went in, it was mad.
The best angle is the one through behind the goal.
Yeah.
And they saw the slow and then it just shows you Butland just turning his head and looking at it.
He just turns his head and just looks at it and just goes, fuck it. I mean, there's no goalkeeper in the world. It's impossible to save. You know, impossible. It's fucking incredible, man. And just like see his celebration, man. His celebration. Fucking heat during the fucking.
Did you see his interview after it?
No.
He says to me, so can you talk us through the goal, blah, blah, and the interpreter just went and said that it was lucky.
He said, no, it was lucky.
Aye, that's why I say that was lucky. That's what he said.
Unbelievable, man. Because he seems very humble and odd, doesn't he? He doesn't really. Aye. Just a fucking diamond, that guy, man. Do you think, well, obviously, you give your opinion on the goal, fucking demonstrated about it. Then he used funny.
I thought it was just. I mean, the 2 goals were just typical Mieda. Like if he doesn't have to think about things, he's incredible. You know, like he had the one he played through his offside after that for his hat trick. You know, clean through on goal, put it wide of the goal. But when he doesn't have to think about things, he's unbelievable. I mean, is it the best goal we've seen against them? The Larson chip's difficult to argue against, isn't it? You know, technique-wise and time and whatever, but it was just
I don't want to be that guy because, as Jason says, it was mere the goal, the timing of it, the guy, the reaction for Engels, the reaction for the fans, when it happened, in the sun, fucking, as you say, their keeper, their reaction to it, everything about it's cracking that's memorable. But he's fucking... It's a typical fucking Maida goal because his first touch is that bad that goes flying up in the fucking air and then he does that. I mean, Henry Larsson, there's a whole bunch of, I mean, like, say to be honest, you've just brought up Naka. Naka's fucking strike for 100 yards. I mean, so I mean, there's better goals, but
and folk are comparing it with. You're probably think that Chermies was probably better than it. And
Chermies was better, but do you know what was great about it? It annoyed all the Huns. What do you mean it's better than Chermies? And you're like, of course it was that.
I never tell him that. But folk were saying, is it better than Scott McTominay's? No way, no way. Not a chance, you know. But
there's Thistle put them firm on it. That's Thistle.
Villa 3-1 as well.
Shell's still winning half up to the treble.
Shells have just picked up the fucking win.
Shells, up the Shells.
Got the Shells.
I agree with you, right? It was one of the best goals that I've been present and watching, right? But for technique wise and all that, no, it's just it was brilliant the way it all happened. And the guy, to be fair, the guy is a genius, right? Because the way he plays football is impossible for anybody else to play football that way. So, unbelievable. But as you say, Scott, because it's 3 minutes after that and it puts us 3-1 up, it kind of wins the game for us at that point. And the stadium just was absolutely rocking. And after that, it was just bedlam. They couldn't wait to get to that stadium.
The Danny Roll song was fucking
Obviously, you two have had a good drink in you for the game, but was it different atmosphere-wise? Because it's been a while since there's been a real proper. I think back to maybe the 3-0 game was the last proper one.
It was back to the 3-0 game.
You're getting back. I think you're getting back. I think you're getting back to something like that because there was a defiance in the fans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we knew you beat them, that's them fucking done and dusted. And we kind of crack on. We knew the team needed their support. I mean, it's not a topic for tonight, but shame on the board for allowing the disconnect for the fans when if they ever just ponied up for day one and kind of said to say like, right, we've took an eye off the ball, we're planning this, and they caused everything. So like I say, that's a one for the summer. It's not for the night, but no, it did feel different, Liam. It really did.
Pre-match as well, Scott, like going up to the stadium, all that sort of stuff before.
Yeah, mate, it was like it was very positive. There was no. Even see, like as I say to you, I live my life in pessimism to fucking protect me. But I'm walking up with that game. Fuck them. Let's just get it done.
Good.
And I hope we've got the same attitude tomorrow. I hope we've all got the same, because I dare say you guys will be the same as me. My fucking arse is fucking making fucking buttons and do you know what I mean? But
I'm in terror because you're reading things online. Some Celtic fans are taking for granted we've won the league.
I know, but it's fuck all to do with Celtic fans, is it? It's the day they fucking cunts on the pitch.
Oh, I know.
And that's the worry itself.
And I'm really confident as well, and I'm worrying about that. You know, I don't feel as nervous now as I did at the St Johnstone game, because that meant so much.
Aye.
You know what I mean? The St Johnstone game was fucking. It was just meant everything. You know, we had to win that day. If we lose the Mora, you'll be absolutely devastated, but you'll be like, we probably go to what we deserve.
Right, well, let's go into the Motherwell game and then we can...
Aye.
Let's keep it in order. Since Joe's not here, we'll try and fucking do it like a normal podcast.
So on to Fir Park, right? What was it?
Harper, because you're replacing Joe, that means you've got to come up with terrible analogies.
Man, that's no bar. I'll try my best. I'm just going to go see if I can squeeze another pint of this fucking keg.
Better say we pray to God. God was good to you for the podcast. He was good to you, know. So let's so Scott, what was so Wednesday night, right? I fucking woke up. I was up the Perche with Toffee at 5:45 in the morning, walking around the Perche. Fucking could not sleep. Just fucking so nervous, like just because you were terrified, but I had that bit in me, like that stupid confidence that's been. Sometimes you get this season and it just fucking kicks you right back in the face, you know, because all the games we've won up to then, I've been like 50-50 whether we're going to win them or lose them because of no confidence in the team. Do you know what I mean? Anything's possible. And it's getting to that bit after we beat Hibs, obviously, then beat Rangers. And it's you're saying to yourself, maybe there is some here, maybe we will just go and I was at the Motherwell game, and as Harper said, the second half Motherwell weren't that good, so I'm like that to myself. Maybe they will. Maybe Motherwell have just chucked it. And maybe Jens Bertalascu's going to be our manager, and it's no one. I mean, all that shite going through your head, but it's a load of pish. So, all day I was up to fucking high dome. And then, so we did it at the King Lud, met for a few pints there. Me and Seamus, Mick, Ellie, and then we walked into the game. So, what did you do before the game? Did you go for a few beers, Scott?
No, mate, as I say, quite the opposite of my fucking previous exploits. The gaffers were up yesterday at my work and we kind of had the reviews and stuff like that, and had some shit today. So my plan, I was basically just driving off. I drove a few of the boys off and we were in early enough, so totally sober. Getting into the ground was a shambles, absolute shambles. I understand there is people trying to sneak in, right? I understand that, I get that, and I understand that it's bollocks. Now, we've all been young boys, we've all tried to sneak in, we've all tried to do things in our life. The irony of fucking old guys moaning about it when they used to fucking talk with misty-eyed about the Leeds game. Oh, there was more than 100 fucking thousand and all the people snuck in and oh, it's lovely and all that. Right, fucking fuck up. But
lifting somebody the turnstile every game.
See, remember all that was all great fun, but now fucking young boys try to date, they're all fucking scum of the earth. But the coppers, I don't understand how we had systems in place where we all get into the game. Right? We've all been to bigger stadiums, we've all been to bigger attendances, but we all get into the game. And over the last 10 years, it's becoming worse and worse and worse. European games, it's got to the point I'm binning European games because trying to get in the games is fucking wank. The way they treat you. And I don't know if we are now policing the same way as they police. I don't know if that's what's happened because Ibrox was a fucking shambles. Park Kid, on Saturday, I'm led to believe the way they let the 100 was a fucking shambles. Hibs has been a shambles for fucking ages. Yeah. Tynecastle's mental. Fucking, even though there's only 600 is, you would think fucking everyone is have got a rocket launcher, man, the way they fucking treat us. And then on Wednesday night, I'm there half an hour before the game. I've walked in. I'm led to believe that the people who were in a 40s all get corralled with horses, and then they let them in, and then they shut the turnstiles on them. But we were outside that, so they shut the gates on us. So we're all standing there watching these people, and there was no communication from nobody. We're all just standing, and you know, more and more people turn up, and what do more and more people do? They push by you to get to the front. People are getting angry, and there's a big fucking fence, big cordon off fence in the middle of all us. So people are all pushing, and you're fucking, next thing you know, you're into a big fucking fence. Shambles, man. And I just don't get, and it's never the coppers' fault. It's never their fault. I don't know how we used to be able to fucking do it, and now we can't do it, but it's all our fault for turning up. See, I mean, you can't tell me people only try to sneak into fucking gigs and sneak into fucking pictures and sneak into everything. How did it deal with there? Because it's garbage, man. It is garbage. So I get into the game 5-10 minutes late, even though I was there half an hour before.
See, I get in early, right? But do you know the reason was, Scott, right? See, because I was at the bottom tier away to the left-hand side, I walked away down to the last turnstile. Because, correct me if I'm wrong here, but what it seemed to me, I don't know if they stopped the crowd again, right? But what it seemed to me is they just stopped everybody, the full stadium or the full stand getting in, and then they opened it and just let everybody march in. Did they stop it again?
No, there was three kind of blocks, wasn't there? There was a block at the top of the street, or so when you walk up from Tim Hortons up that narrow road there, there's a block at the top there, and then you go down 200 yards, and there's the metal gates. Scott, I don't know if you were talking about them because they got shut. I was the last one to get through them. Yeah, the metal gates get shut, and then there's the cordon at the turnstiles sort of thing. And they're trying to funnel people through that, but it was a fucking disgrace again.
It was a shambles.
Well, but for mine, I was at the top bit, right, on the street as you walk down to our end, right? So I was standing there, and then when they opened it, I just walked all the way straight down. There wasn't any other barriers, and I just got to like all the queues and made my way round the back of them all to the furthest away one. This would have been. We left the King Lud at 7:15. So this would have been half 7, 25 to 8.
Right, well, they've shut it after you then.
Right, so I've
shut it after you, then. Right? Because everybody, because like as soon as
it was a disgrace for me as well, by the way. But it was. But the thing for me was, it would have been easy to skip in the way they done it, because it was a funny thing. I walked in, I met Smitty. Smitty's bluttered with a can of cider, and I'm like, you better watch, you can't drink in the streets here in the post. He's like, oh, yeah, fuck. He's trying to walk down to the turnstile with a can of cider, and they pulled him back. You can't get in with that, so he's guzzled the full thing and finished it. Then threw it in a bin. He didn't fucking spill a drop. And then went down. But once they opened the thing to let us walk, we walked all the way down right to the queues. There wasn't any ticket checks. There wasn't any nothing.
I got checked three times to get to where you were talking about, Jason.
No, not one ticket check for me either.
But the thing was, the crushes before they opened it for us were murder.
But this is my point. We were talking about it, right? They've got all these stewards, and the stewards are maybe kind of. It's fucking useless. I mean, they're basically just there to stone in your way. I don't know. I mean, I never get fucking searched or nothing. Could have walked in with anything.
That's right, yeah.
I mean, and I'm keeping it going. I don't know. I fucking don't know. Anyway, it's crap anyway, right? And the thing is, though, as I say to you, all you guys have been going to games for 100 years. And how come it's just so bad? How come it's so terrible, man? And it's never the cop's fault. Is it because the ultra stuff? Is that because we've got ultras now, we think we've got to police things different?
Well, if you go back to the Ibrox Cup game, right? Same numbers we've had hundreds of times there, and they completely change where we have to go and park up, where we have to arrive from. And what is the logic in that one, for example, where we've had hundreds of games gone off peacefully and not, from an exit entrance perspective, and suddenly they change all the arrangements for what reason?
Liam, to this day, what I don't get at Ibrox, right, and we're going by Ibrox, is see as we walk up the wee lane towards the turnstiles, or the wee road, they've got 30 coppers, 20-30 coppers, all stoning diagonal to break up groups. Right, because you've got to walk through them and go left and right and all that. They're not checking your ticket. They're literally just standing there to break up groups. Now, I says, see if you put one of them on each turnstile, you're going to stop a hell of a lot more problems.
Yep.
Know what I mean? But they didn't. And then people are walking by the coppers just shouting in the coppers' faces, and the coppers just standing there. But so who was it said to me? Somebody said to me, was it on our group? Somebody says they were talking to a copper, and the copper's like, the match commander of the day is a fucking idiot. He's not got a clue what he's doing. Talking, you know what I mean? He's fucking, but anyway. So Jaybo, I'm sober. I've eventually got in the game. I got upstairs. I'm up the stair as well. So I'm fucking fortunate enough we're shooting the other way first. But I thought we started really well. Really, really well. I was so happy. But then see their goal. Their goal is a multitude of fucking errors. A genuine multitude. See Wayne's football, you can stop it and kind of speak to them. If I was Martin O'Neill, I'd like to have stopped that and just walked around and done a Brian Clough and slapped everyone in their heads, because the ball over to Tierney's side, the ball came, as I say to you, the ball came to Negrin. Negrin's headed the back the way. Fucking, who was it? The ball came to Engels, the edge of the box. Blind passes it to the left, straight to their guy. Ball gets whipped on the other side. Tierney's out of position. The winger doesn't cover anymore. The wingers tuck in. So he's got a clear ball to cross. And then Trusty headers it out. And Engels watches the guy shoot. Just stands and watches him. And it's took that wee clip. And I think you talked about, as I say to you, Jason, everything we said good about the Huns game, we're going to talk about this game and contradict ourselves, because Sinisalo should have saved that.
I think it took the clip off Trusty.
It did take a clip, but he should still save it. He should still save it, Jason. I've watched it, I don't know many times.
Right.
Much as I've watched Maeda, nah, not really. But I think it's, however good Motherwell are, we can't give them cheap goals. And we did. We gave them cheap goals. But and after they scored, they literally destroyed us. It was like watching that game again. I was like, oh no. Tanecki. Right, I'm going to do all my moans before I do the positives. Tanecki finally gets by a guy. He's running into the box. He's just got to square it, and he fucks this ball across the box.
Aye.
And I have no clue what he was trying to do. But not a clue. I struggle to understand how a guy who's got that much talent could do so ridiculously bad things on the pitch. Dyson probably should do better with his first chance.
It's easier than his goal.
And then the goal, we're a bit fortunate that the big boys took. Is it?
It's their player that's played it.
Their player's made the big slide tackle on Yang. He's totally rattled Yang. It's a beastie challenge, but fortunately for us, it breaks through and Dyson finishes an absolute beastie goal. And then I feel we come back into the game. See, at that period that Motherwell were pulling us apart, I could have fucking strangled Callum McGregor. I could have fucking just punched his face right off him. Honestly, he's such a negative player in those points. I was watching.
We couldn't have got our half.
I don't know if you've watched the open goal with Halliday and Slane. They were at the game, and they'd done a show, and they were talking to Stephen Welsh, and Stephen Welsh says, "Who were they talking about?" They were talking about the boy in the midfield, and he says, "Do you know what's great about playing in this team? Because she's centre half. I know that my centre mids don't hide. They want the ball, and see when they want the ball, they'll turn and they'll play through the channels." And I was like, "That's what we are missing. We are missing that." I think we kind of get it with Chamberlain, but obviously Chamberlain can't fucking play because he's no fucking fit either. But Callum McGregor getting the ball, running into defence and passing at a defender is killing my soul. So first half is as frustrating as you get. It wasn't as bad as last time, but it wasn't far off. But we're drawn. Second half, they started well again, but obviously we've pulled a goal out of nowhere. And then positive. And then we sat in the bed. We sat and we waited. Motherwell were getting chances. There were chances. They were breaking. And the goal, whilst it was coming, was absolutely garbage. Garbage, man.
Oh,
I'll end my diatribe there before we all talk.
do you know the point I would make here, Scott, right? And I agree with what you said totally. I thought we started the game well, but when they started playing, we just fucking couldn't get out of our half. They just pegged back. And you were like, just fucking go long, Celtic, try something, because you need to get it. They're a better football team than us.
Yeah,
they're better than us.
I don't even think that's up for debate.
But Jason, you're talking about going long, right? But how can you do that, right?
I know.
The ball to the edge of his feet. It's like
exactly.
Liam, right? I'd call you. Sorry, Jason, Liam. I'll call you on that. I thought going long was killing them. The second half killed them. Their defence are no used to going long. But the difference being, see when Maeda was there to put pressure on it, it worked. See when Iheanacho was a guy it never worked.
Aye. But I'm telling you, Liam,
he was getting the ball too deep.
See, against them, they're set up to play against football teams, right? See a good football team, they can destroy you because of the way they play.
That's how hard.
It's mental, right? If I can just get right in about them. But we were just so negative. I thought Scales was good, right? I thought he was trying. But I agree with you, McGregor, the back passes and stuff. It was brilliant against Rangers. I thought it was actually all right against Motherwell, right? But see, to me, right, there was like 4 quarters of the game. It was like we were decent in a spell in the first half. Then they destroyed us, but then we got the goal, and we should have maybe got one before it. But it was a great goal for Maeda. His finish was excellent, right? So that gets us in it. We finished the half. I thought we started the second half well.
Yeah, let's not forget we should have had a penalty before half.
Thank you.
Oh, good shout, Apple. Good shout. Good shout.
Changes the whole game, like.
See, I didn't think it was a penalty.
Oh, what?
It's a red card penalty all day long.
It's not about a red card, but it's a Stonewall penalty. Anyone else on the pitch, that's a free kick, 100%.
And I get that, right? But the guy's no took his eyes off the ball.
Yeah, but his knee hits the back of Maeda before he punches the ball. It's a foul. It should have been looked at. It should have been given as no. Jason, I'm not even having the argument. It's a penalty.
See if you go back to the Mr. Johnson tackle against Rangers, right? The chat was he was endangering an opponent, right? Even though he won the ball, even though he slid and won the full ball, he endangered him by going straight leg to a degree and through the ball, right? The goalkeeper was completely endangering Maeda there, right? Because he hit him full force when he was at least 2 yards away from the ball.
Yeah, I never thought about that from that point of view, Liam.
That's how I looked at it. I mean, I was amazed Maeda got back up. Personally, I was, given the size of him, I thought the goalie really.
Engels should be finishing that, no?
Correct.
Fucking hell! That's a terrible miss. Terrible miss. See as well. Do you know, like Motherwell could have had a penalty as well. That Callum Slattery one,
mate. Do you know? But I've not seen one
angle that shows you that he's fit pulls him. The thing for me is, I definitely believe he was slipping before McGregor with the contact with his foot. See if you watch it again, he's slipped. His left leg's away before the challenge comes out.
And McGregor pulls back, I think, was probably the thing that maybe got him away with it. McGregor actually does pull his left foot backwards, as if he's pulling out the tackle.
But there's no conclusive proof in any of the videos that showed you McGregor
pulling his foot back.
You can't actually see it. It looks as if it happens. But see if you see, he's sliding into him. He's falling anyway, regardless whether McGregor's touched him or no. He's in the way down. His left legs went. So, but you never know. That could be a penalty as well. But it's interesting when you watch sports scene. They make a deal about that, but they don't talk about Maeda's. You know if Engels finishes that, which he should have done, obviously they've got to give the goal because they're not pulling it back for the challenge there. Well, it's either a goal or it's potentially a red card and a penalty.
I don't think it's a red card because
if you're in
he's attempting to get the ball. See, that's a big thing with the red card.
As you say, it's a terrible miss for Engels. Terrible.
But see if you've got a 50-50 midfield.
Sorry, Liam, before you ask that,
right.
do you think there's maybe in angles he'd like, well, this will be a penalty, I'll just fucking put it in the net?
Yeah, I think so.
I think sorry, so. Liam, what you saying?
I was just going to say, like, see if you've got a 50-50 in the middle of the park where the ball's bouncing and you try and win it and your foot's raised and you say you caught the other player in the stomach or in that area, there's a big chance you're going to get that. That's going to be a red card, even though you're going for the ball. Whereas the goalie's knee was in his back, wasn't it? Like bottom of his back. Sort of thing.
I've watched that a good few times. Again, that's all I see me doing is watching shit. But he's definitely made contact with his back before he's punched the ball, and that's the thing. You've all watched a centre half go up against a striker, and he goes up and goes right on the top of him, and it's always a foul against him, always, isn't it? So and the fact is, we can talk about why it's not been once we kind of get to the point. Harper, what's your thoughts on the game?
Wait a minute, I've got a bit to say here.
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
No, there was one there, right? So I think a point that
people pay money to listen to Harper. Sorry, Jason.
For me, anyway, right? See at the game, right? See when we get the second goal, we are kind of in control of the game for a short period. Because if you remember, Anil was going to make a double substitution before we get the goal.
Yeah.
Because it called Hatate and somebody else
in the
actual to come on, but then he'd tell them to go and warm up. See, after we get the goal, we were in control of the game there. And there was maybe only a 5-6 minutes, but Motherwell weren't pushing us. We were in control of the game, and Anil makes a triple substitution. And see, for that 3 substitutions, the 3 players come on, we hardly touched the ball again for the rest of the game. That's what killed us. They subs.
Yeah. That's fair, but the Johnson one has got to happen, I suppose.
He's no played more than 60-70 minutes for he come back, right? But the thing is, we were in control of the game then, and Motherwell's heads were down. And I think, see if he'd kept the players on the park for even another 10 minutes, you might have got another goal. But see, as soon as he made the 3 subs, that was us finished in the game. We done nothing. We didn't even make a chance. And see, the last 10 minutes, we hardly even get in their box. There was nothing. We just fell off a cliff as soon as the subs get made.
Yeah, right.
So that's my point, Harper.
But right, right. To finish on that point though, would you have kept Tanecki on the pitch? Honestly,
at that stage, aye. But what I would have done was I would have made 1 sub. Because see when you make 3 subs, see when you're taking Tierney off, right? When you're taking,
but Tierney was a later one.
Oh, Tierney was a later one.
Tierney and Yang were the later ones.
Right, so the 3 that he took off was Nygren,
Tanecki, and Johnson.
Right?
Johnson, I dare say, is a club fucking right. We've kind of got to take him off.
Right.
Tanecki's got to come off. And we've already spoke about Nygren. I don't think Nygren was doing him.
See to me, right? But he's still involved in the game and he scored a belter of a goal and he must be buzzing, right? And he's got another goal in him. See to me, see if the game's on a knife edge. You don't make 3 fucking subs at the one time. It totally disrupts everything that you're doing.
I think hindsight's playing a massive part.
I think what he did, Jason, was he had the 2 subs ready initially, which was Inacho and Batty, because Tanecki and Nygren were doing 0 all game. Just a minute before he's bringing them on, Nygren scores. You can't whip a player off that's just scored. So I think he delayed it 5 minutes or something. But by that time, we'd reached the brink of the Alistair Johnson coming on, and obviously you've got this thing where you've only got so many sub intervals. Is it 2 or 3? I can't remember which one it is. So I think they bunched them together. But Tanecki was lucky to stay on that little bit longer, and Nygren got the goal, but he'd done nothing. For me, he did the right thing.
Once a player scores a goal, I think they're flying and you leave them on.
Exactly.
I I'm not, as I said earlier, I can't stand Negrin. Honestly, I didn't like looking at him.
But tell us one thing. Tell us one thing that Negrin did after he scored the goal.
He was only on 5 minutes.
I know, but tell us one thing he did in that 5 minutes. You don't know the detail, but
exactly. You tell me one thing Andy did in that 5 minutes after we scored the goal.
You've got his fresh legs. He brings people on.
No, but you've asked.
Well, in fairness, Jason. In fairness, it was 12 minutes.
Was it 12 minutes, right? You've asked me to say one thing Negrin done. I've asked you to say, tell me one thing anybody done. You can't remember.
It's not like Negrin was like his goal picked him up and he suddenly started standing out and he was kind of starting to think. It was just as he was all game.
But my point was, see, after we scored, we were in control of that game there. Motherwell weren't battering us. Motherwell had kind of fell out of the game. But see, when the 3 subs were made, Motherwell battered us and we hardly get the ball back.
My view is Motherwell just stepped it up and as in the first half, when they stepped it up and played their football, we just couldn't live with them at all.
I thought
it was just too good for us, man.
If you think about it, like Johnson had to come off, Taneke was doing absolutely nothing the whole fucking game. Like, do you know what I mean? So it's probably a bit more that Liam than because you've got to think from Martin O'Neill's point of view, the subs have worked the whole thing.
Yeah.
As I said earlier, it's like our best team comes on the park at 60th, 70th minute.
No,
so
I mean, like,
it's just one of the nights. Like,
well, here's a comment. Here's a comment, right? Yeah, I feel the subs killed us too. He was trying to see out the game. I disagree. I mean, Iheanacho has been such a positive for us that people were crying for him to come on at 1-0. Never mind fucking right. So you're bringing on a guy who's been a very positive, attack-minded player for us. What's that?
It's not his fault. He get no service.
No. I know. But I don't think the subs were done in a negative defensive way.
No, neither they are. I didn't say that.
They just never worked. I mean, I think your point is correct. I agree with you wholeheartedly. The subs killed us, but I don't think there's any point that I said I wouldn't be making these subs. I don't think. I just in the game. I was really happy to bring Iheanacho on. I thought Iheanacho might take us up the park a wee bit more.
See for me, Scott. Right. See if you're 2-1 down in a game and you're chasing it, make 3 subs. See if you're 5-0 up in a game, make fucking 5 subs, right? But see if you're 2-1 up and the game's on a knife edge, don't make 3 subs at the one time.
Our team is fucking unfit as fuck. We've spoken about it. It's such a fucking shambolic squad. The fact we're getting into the last day of the season is wild. Is wild with this squad of players. Because we're sitting talking about our top goal scorer, and not one is putting up a fucking defence for him to be a good player.
I'm saying.
Well, you're the most positive man in the world.
Here's another thing, right, that we've not even mentioned. Do you know, I think it's fucking lucky for us that Maswinisis fell off a cliff with his fucking shooting boots, because he was unbelievable for them at the start of the season. And while he still makes all the runs and he's a fucking nightmare to defend against, he just doesn't score any goals.
But you say that he should have scored against the Huns, he should have scored against Hearts. So whilst we were lucky as well. I mean, Motherwell might have won the league if I couldn't get fucking around.
Did he have a chance against us somewhere? I don't remember anything.
Aye, in the first half, I think.
Right. So I thought he was really good.
Shot to get saved, wasn't it? That you fucking saved after
yeah. It's the first time I've seen him like up close, and I thought he's a bit taller than I thought, and I thought his movement was really good.
I'll tell you who impressed me. Aside from all the usual guys, see that Charles Reagan Cook, who
is that the black boy on the left hand side with him?
He came on. No, he came on as a sub.
Do you know?
I think that's Longello. Longello you're talking about. He's a good player, but Charles Reagan Cook came off the bench, and he was right mid, and I don't think we took the ball off him once.
I remember him at Ross County.
Yeah. That's right. That's the very one. Yeah. I'm not just, but it just shows you that the manager's fucking on the ball.
Oh,
but right, so sorry, so let's let Harper get his fucking view.
Just a quick one. See that Longello. See that Longello. See at the Motherwell Hearts game. He was the man of the match for me. He was outstanding.
By the way.
Sorry, Harper.
Useless information. His brother plays for Salford City, who won 3-2 tonight.
Hey, to be honest, I've not really got anything else to add to what's been fucking said. It's all been covered, eh?
Well, let's talk about the fucking. You started after the fucking.
Harper, you've always got something to say. On you go.
Nah, just like fucking. I have to say, the Motherwell game, as much as I've said I was shite myself the last 10 minutes, the Huns game were 3-1 up. I just felt because we had to do it, that we were going to do it. I don't know if that was just wishful thinking that kind of way. I just felt it was going to happen. I don't know why. We didn't play well. Obviously, the first half we got fucking kind of battered, and you're sitting looking, going, "This is why you should probably be looking at this guy to be our next fucking manager. Bring a couple of their players well, like, do you know what I mean? Played around us like fucking schoolboys in the first half of the time. I thought the boy was at Sparrow. On the right hand side, he was fucking excellent as well. Was that his name? Sparrow?
Aye.
He was really good as well. Like.
Jack.
But the second half, I don't know. I just felt like it was always going to come. Just to come back to the substitution things again. I know we kind of went at it. I didn't mind saying to myself when it says that when they fucking blew the whistle for subs, then the camera went over. I was actually shocked to see 3 substitutes standing there. I have to admit. When we were sort of, do you know what I mean? I just thought that was like maybe 1 coming on, but the 3, I just thought
that's
my control of the game. I thought we were in control of the game there at that minute as well. I was shocked to see 3 coming on at the same time. Yeah, I think that was a mistake with hindsight, actually. But I've not really got much else to add to what you were saying in the game. I just
do you know what? See that Elijah Just? I fucking love him, man. What a player he is. Fucking, I'd have him in a minute.
Yeah.
You'll end up with us on the Huns. I think so.
We need to get in there, man. See, like I've been really confident through this run to a degree, right? But I was shitting myself Wednesday all day, man. Like, all day. I was so nervous for the game, and I love watching this Motherwell team. I really hope we get him as a manager. Watching the game, that the football. If you've ever played football or you appreciate football, you watch them. You're like, they are fucking brilliant to watch. I know we beat them. I know they've not won many of the last few games, but see, taking a set of players with that talent, if you like, on the surface, playing football with that confidence. Honestly, they made us look like fucking amateurs, man.
I was actually thinking about that in the first half. Imagine being a Motherwell fan and turning up to watch that every second week.
See, Harper, see that Scott's on about the vlog that's Paul Slane done, right? And he interviewed the boy who does Gordon Duncan, is it? Who does the Clyde thing. Speaks really well, right? I know people like to have pop at these people. I really like him as well.
He's brilliant.
Yeah, really good. And he said, by a mile, this is his best season at Motherwell. He said, even if we finish 10th, he said, see this football every week. He says, we never, ever, ever, not once this season have we feared any team coming here. He said, every season I've been a Motherwell fan, we think, right, Celtic Rangers, can we get away with 3 or 4? Don't want to hide in. He said, this season we've not feared one team coming here because we know the way we play, the players we got, the manager will give every single team a game, and that they proved it 100%. Honestly, we won the game, but on the balance of play, they battered. They gave us a schooling for loads of parts of that game. Every player took the ball, and this is not a big criticism of us. Well, maybe it is, but I'm watching Scales, who I thought was decent, taking 3 or 4 touches to pass it to McGregor, take 2 touches back to Trusty, 2 touches, triangles between them. Motherwell players just zip, 1-2 touch, and that Slattery was getting the ball 80-yard passes, pinging it to the player out wide, dropping on his little toe every time. It was fucking amazing to watch. Honestly, they were so impressive, man. So impressive.
Honestly, and this might sound mental, but the dream is to get that ask you for me, as a Celtic manager, bring up 3 or 4 of their players, and Team Motherwell 12 million quid. They would take that.
I don't think you need to pay much to get him. To be honest, he's not going to be on much of a contract there. But
I'm not talking about Askew. I'm talking about the players.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
sick. And
honestly.
See, honest to God, like, see, you think about there is Motherwell must pay what, maybe the second or third lowest wages in the league. I mean, they're gone to Easter Road, right? A point in front of Hearts, same situation. The Hearts coming to us for fourth place, and Hibs might beat them, right? But think of the resources Hibs have got compared to Motherwell. Hibs must pay 4 or 5 times the wages that Motherwell pay.
Yep.
There won't be a Motherwell player on £2,000 a week, apart from Stephen Welsh.
Yep.
See, I put it in the chat. Was it yesterday, the day before? Just to like listeners listen to hear this. Like, fucking boy at my work's doing his pro license. He's the Shells under 20 manager. He came into me in the job and he's saying like, if Martin Neal leaves Celtic, and fucking Danny Rowe leaves fucking Rangers, Celtic's got to get Askew. He says to me. He says he's doing his pro license and his mate's doing his pro license and he got a holiday, a coaching program or whatever it was that Askew wrote. He says it's the best thing he's ever seen. He says it's the best thing I've ever seen. I've been looking at hundreds of these things doing this license. He says by far and away the best thing I've ever seen. He says the goalkeeper is the most important player in his team. He says his coaching things. He says it's unbelievable. And to me, and I hear people saying like, "Oh, he's never had a track record really before Motherwell." That doesn't matter. Because that's him advancing himself all the time, and now he's found his feet at Motherwell, and then he's improving all the time. So,
everyone's got
somebody commenting there in the chat room about they're not having Askew at all. Like, I didn't get that. I just didn't get it.
We're watching it with our own eyes. You're watching it. You can watch Motherwell every week. Watching their fit, but they destroyed us. They went to Ibrox and destroyed Rangers.
Yeah,
this is a team with fucking 11 guys picked off the street.
Yep. They were 3-0 up at Hearts at the start of the season at Tynecastle. I know they drew the game, but again, they fucking destroyed them. They had 4 fullbacks playing in defence on Wednesday against us. They had no centre-halves playing. Because of Welsh and McGinn not being there.
The big thing, right, I'm off. I'm off. This Egypt's fucking on, I'm on.
Okay. Here Wago has just joined the fucking pod. Here we go. What's happening?
Right, Joe.
I only come on to talk to Harper.
Thank you, bro. It's just you and everybody else in the chat room as well, eh?
Return of the Mac. Hold on. It is. Well, how far have you got? I was listening earlier on.
God left me 2 pints in the PD, so that's what I'm having.
Oh, I'm actually being good tonight. I haven't had a fucking drop. I'm saving myself for tomorrow. We're heading to the finals, so I'm being a good boy.
So we've actually we've been skipping on about it. We've no got to the penalty yet at the Motherwell game. We're just ready to arrive there.
I know. I heard you talking about the Motherwell keeper. Like, he booted Maid in the back. Fuck's sake! Like, that should have definitely been a penalty. I know you were saying that he had his eyes on the ball, but it was a foul on the player. Mental. It wasn't even mentioned in sports scene or anything.
I see that.
Just disappeared. Like, what the fuck? What a mad match. It was fucking crazy. So, is it the penalty now?
No, just before we get there, Harper, see what you're saying about the goalkeeper being the integral part of the team. That's what Stephen Welsh said in the interview with Slaney as well before the game. That's the difference between him and Ange. He was telling the story when he played in Leipzig, Jason. I think me and you were at that game, I think, when we lost 3-1.
I was there.
Yeah, you were there too. Yeah, that's it.
Aye, we were in the reggae then.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, right. Okay, I didn't put the two together. And I think Welsh passed back to Joe Hart when Joe Hart passed it straight to one of their players, remember, to put them 2-1 up. And Welsh was like, I was going to the dressing room thinking, I've done all right here. You know, Joe Hart fucked up, and he said Ange absolutely slaughtered him. He said, don't give him the ball. we don't want him having the ball. He said, you just turn and pass it forward every time you've got it. Whereas obviously, the Motherwell manager likes to go through the goalkeeper, but I would take him all day long, man. If I could sit and watch that football every week, I would be absolutely delighted.
See another thing which I was surprised about. Stephen Welsh was outstanding against Hearts, right?
Yeah.
He was a bit at fault for their goal, but overall, so see when I put a wee post on Facebook, and Ross Mitchell, because he goes to all the Motherwell games, he says without a doubt Stephen Welsh is the best player in our team.
Yeah.
All the players. We need to get that boy back at Celtic.
Right, so why did we get him back and then put him back to Motherwell and bring in a player from Brentford for that period of time? Why was he not there to be the right side of our defence?
See, in fairness, Liam, right, that's no ask stupid questions, pal, right? Come on.
I'm asking the question, you're answering.
Well, the manager was going to fucking play him. There's your fucking answer.
But he should be playing him, that's my point.
Why should they play him?
He's better than Trusty.
Exactly.
He's better than Trusty at doing what?
I don't think any of us at that time would have had him in the team before Trusty, let's be honest. Come on.
Nobody. I mean, we put him back in the team against that amateur mob. What were they called?
Auchinleck.
And it was crap. It was crap. And we lost. It was crap. It was the same as everybody else in the pitch. It was crap, right? And I'm with you. I think anybody deserves a chance. God, everybody wrote off Scales and blah blah blah. But the fact of the matter is, we've got Martin O'Neill, they've got Askew, right? That's why he's not playing, because Martin O'Neill likes his centre half to be bigger than fucking Welsh. So whilst I get what your point is, we know why he's not fucking playing, so he might as well go and get better.
Right,
where
okay,
he is.
Fair enough. If we're saying it's because of O'Neill won't pick him, that's fair enough.
Of course it was.
Right, but longer term, right, next season, longer term.
Yes, right, that's a different thing altogether.
Right, but for me, we play home games, we dominate the ball all the time. I know O'Neill's a bit of a dinosaur in that regard, but we need a ball carrier there. And like I said, Scales gets a lot of praise on here, and I'll join in with that. But he's so frustrating in taking 3 or 4 touches every time before he passes the ball. Trusty as well.
But I get back to the point I took from the chat with him. Stephen Welsh is passing the ball to his midfield, and his midfield are turning.
Correct.
Whereas our centre halves, who are extremely limited, are passing the ball to centre mids and getting it straight back. Like no even a touch or two or fucking time, straight back. It's balls. Genuine balls, man. And I come back to Askew, right? I think there needs to be a review of Askew. So Martin O'Neill brought it up that at Celtic you don't get the same time you acclimatise. Right? Your man, Harper, spoke about it a minute ago. I think it was Kello Vision. He says that he'll not have the bandwidth for failure. That's the way he done it. But Motherwell never lost a game until they played us in the league, in any competition, right? They never won their first league game until the 6th game where they beat Aberdeen 2-0, but they drew 5 in the bounce. I know for us that's fucking, but I think there's a lot of revisionism saying that he was crap for all 8 weeks. I don't think he was. I mean, they tapped the League Cup group.
I
think the better players.
Just getting the players used to his system, and top football players.
That's not my point, Jason, because I agree with that. But my point is, a lot of people who attack Askew for Celtic go, well, it took him weeks to get into. If you go and look at whilst draws for us are disasters, of course, I don't think it really is, to be honest. I mean, Motherwell's. I'd have them.
What's your mask saying?
She says, you have to stop swearing. You're a bad influence in me.
Every time you're with that Marty boy, you end up with a potty mouse.
But you swearing's part of your language.
Exactly.
You know, if you're from Belfast, it's get taught in primary school, isn't it?
It's just rhythmic. But
you're in Ireland, everybody in Ireland swears. Swear on the radio.
But
so,
here,
but Marty, so I want you.
We haven't even talked about the penalty yet.
I was wanting Marty to kick it off.
about the penalty. It was
Aye.
3 penalties. It was 3 penalties. 3. It wasn't one. First one was for the handball. The second one was for the elbow and the coupon. And if you look closely in at the back, there's a fucking Motherwell player pushing Trusty as well. Take your fucking pick. I mean, and like the insanity that really descended the other night was a fucking sight to behold, and it shows the hatred towards Celtic in Scottish society. Like, they just want us to fail, which is completely fair enough. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm quite happy with that. I don't particularly want to be liked by these people, but the insanity, like when you were watching that Sky Studio, because it was kind of weird if you remember. I think everybody was kind of expecting a Celtic analysis, and then it just switched. The Celtic match switched directly to Tynecastle, and you had the 3 fucking stooges and your woman, and she lost the room completely. Like, Chris Boyd was shouting her down. She was trying to bring in other people to talk about the thing and all. He was shouting her down, and she said, "No, no, no, this is the way it is. This is the way it is. It's a scandal. It's this and that and the other thing." Paul Hartley was like kind of piggy in the middle. He wasn't really. I mean, he was saying, "I don't think it's a penalty," but he wasn't screaming and shouting. And John Robertson, like, he's a Heartsman, like, through and through. He, if I remember correctly, I think he was actually fucking playing in the Albert Kid game. So it goes to show you how brittle his mentality is going to be at the minute, knowing that there's a fair fucking possibility of this happening again. So, like, even in the phone ins have been fucking strange as well, because you have had Celtic fans coming on just simply saying that was a penalty. Like, all this, we haven't seen a definitive angle. What fucking more angles did you need? You could plainly see it was there. And John Beaton was the referee, and Hugh Dallas's fucking son was on VAR. So Scottish society are trying to convince me that John Beaton and Hugh Dallas's son want Celtic to win the league. Like, what? We're fucking through the looking glass. It's just in complete insanity.
To
It was
answer that
100.
one, Marty, so I've been on 5 Live 3 times this week.
I know, I
Yeah.
hadn't got a chance to listen to it.
Three times on that game today.
Have you take them, Scott?
What's that?
You take the things? Can you
Send
send
it
them?
like, mate. Fucking hell. Christ almighty, you want fucking come and wipe your ass and all?
I didn't know you'd sent them in, sorry.
Sorry, Ma. Sorry for that swear word.
Sorry, Scott's more.
A good marble woman, Jason.
Go ahead.
She's, they're not trying to put it as a Celtic bias. They're trying to put it as an Old Firm bias. Because we don't. It's a Scottish league. They want Celtic and Rangers at the top of the pile. They don't want us. They don't want us up there. They don't want us. They want Celtic, and I'm like, mate, if you believe, because that was it. It was Rangers fans going, what about this? What about that? What about that? And I was like, lads, I love the Perrys, right? But are you telling me that you think John Beaton and Andrew Dallas are trying to get Celtic win league? I say, is that what you are telling me right now? Silence. I was like, well, that
Like,
kind of sums it up. Now,
I'm so glad you said that, Scott. Honest to God, because that's exactly what the charge is. The charge is that these Rangers men are being biased towards Celtic. Like, it's completely laughable. And as I say, if there was, I mean, I heard a Hun yesterday. I put it in the group chat. I heard a Hun on Clade yesterday arguing that your fingers are not part of your hand. I heard that with my own fucking ears.
What about the one about Terry Butcher with the blood-stained head bandage?
I never heard that one. What was that?
What was that?
Some guy's on Clyde and he says, it was never a penalty. I mean, look at Terry Butcher. Terry Butcher with the blood-stained headband when he played for England and that. And that Gordon Duncan's like, right, I want to get to the end of this here. What's the correlation here? The guy was just laughing. What? Fucking gone. But Gordon Duncan's saying, shh, everybody, we need to hear more of this.
Oh my God! Like it has shown like a Scottish collective.
And you know the beautiful thing was, Marty, I listened to it, right? I was up, as I say, fucking quarter to 6 in the morning with toffee, but no, that was the day the Marvel came out, so it was after it. I was up actually at the Perchu in the night. I was listening to stuff, and every phone call in was a Rangers fan complaining about the penalty. There was no Hearts fans. It was just Rangers fans, and all they wanted to speak about was the bias towards Celtic and how the game is corrupt. They're saying there's cheating going on in Scottish football, and the game is it's no fair because there's TV screens that everybody's get the same. And obviously, you've got guys that are useless. It's maybe looking at them and they're maybe not qualified or whatever. They're making bad decisions, and we're getting a fair share of bad decisions as well. But it's fair now for everybody.
There was a graphic I saw earlier, which was John Beaton's penalty record for Celtic before VAR. He'd only ever given one penalty in 9 years to Celtic, and after VAR was introduced, he's had to give 6.
Somebody says Hearts have no conceded a penalty all season.
That was the other one on Clay. Did you hear your man on Clay yesterday? Celtic have not had one fucking player red carded in the last 4 years. And you're like, Austin Trusty's been sent off twice.
Gordon Duncan says, well, wait a minute, Austin Trusty's been sent off twice this season. And
he fucking couldn't, he couldn't get off I forgot about that one. And you're like, oh, for fuck's sake. I swear, like, it is a collective insanity that has just descended on Scotland this last few days, you know, and like, and Scott was saying there about people saying about the old firm and stuff like that. Sky Sports have got exactly what they want. They wanted this last day big showpiece. Everybody is going to be watching this match tomorrow, especially with all the controversy. And if Hearts win, they're going to milk this for months. Like, Hearts are going to be everywhere on everything. The triumphant Hearts fucking team. Like, nothing fucking short, nothing sure. If Celtic win, we'll get the highlights that night and there'll be fuck all said about it. And you know, that's it. It's just like, they've won it again. Do you know? So it's a ridiculous notion to think that they want us to win this. They don't. They want...
Lads, I listen, Harper, you like your podcast, right? And I listen to a thing called Football Ramble, right? I've listened to it for 100 years. And I almost listen to it now just because I've listened to it that long, So they've kind of got 2 shows. On the Continent's good, I like that. It's all about European football, obviously. But I've just been listening to Football Ramble that long. I still always listen to it. And one of the boys kind of grew up in Scotland. He's a Fulham fan, big England fan. But he grew up in Edinburgh and he was a Hearts man. And the last 2 podcasts they've done have been fucking embarrassing. Genuinely embarrassing. Because obviously nobody wants us to win, right? And that's fair dues. But apart from Celtic minded folk, Martin will say today, apart from Celtic minded, nobody wants us to win. And I get that and understand that. I appreciate it. Right. Take on my shoulder. That's fine. We've won. People call it a duopoly. It's not a duopoly. It's us. Right? It's just us. And people don't, and I get that, and that's fine. But I'm a Celtic fan, and I want Celtic to win. But it was embarrassing today, and the way they talked about. So there was nothing in them that it wasn't a penalty. No, I mean, it was never a. It was how they gave this is a shambles, and they kept going on about, well, you know how it is. They always want Celtic and Rangers to win. You know how it is. And then he told a story about Alan McCoy's getting cheated in the 90s after a Celtic referee. Which then he finished with, and to make it worse, there's only going to be 600 Hearts fans because that's the way it is in Scotland. And I'm sitting going, I'm ready to fucking heat button my steering wheel, listen to it, man. I'm like, you dicks. But that's how it is. As I say to you, I've spoke to 5 Live 3 times, and they'll come to me and kind of go, well, Scott, must be feeling a bit better for you, know. But you can feel it in them. It's all, this Hearts guy. Come on, Hearts. Come on, Hearts. Know what I mean? Everybody wants
100%. Which is totally, as you say, it's totally fair enough. That's not a problem. But don't tell me that what I'm seeing with my own eyes
100%
is wrong. Like, if you want to delude yourself that was not a penalty, knock your fucking self out. You know, and you had like the likes of Monsell Dalzell on Clay 2 doing the same thing. What constitutes your hand? It touched his hair. It touched his wrist. You know, all this shit. You're going, if it touches his wrist, it's a fucking penalty. Austin Trusty's arm.
Chris Boyd was the best.
Austin Trusty's arm pushed it into an unnatural position. So how the fuck did it end up? How was that possible? It was on top of Austin Trusty's shoulder. So how the
But-
fuck is that a
But
natural position?
again, the inconsistencies of the arguments. Do you remember Daisy Maeda get ruled offside for a goal because the guy pushed him offside? No, I mean,
Aye, and
remember that?
I was arguing with a moron on Twitter yesterday about it, and he was going, "Ah, you're fucking this and that." And I'm going, "Not a problem. I'll accept your argument completely, but we should have had 2 penalties against Hibs, and nobody opened their fucking mouths.
Yeah.
Where were you all them? And you weren't campaigning for fucking Celtic to get the 2 penalties that we should have had then."
But
But we're kind of used to it. Do you know what I mean?
Jason Liam,
it's brilliant.
was magic over it.
Brilliant.
Here's a question I've got for you. Right? Should we be utilising a long throw more often? What other teams are doing. I noticed in the last couple of games, Tierney's fucking thrown the ball half the length back, and we're not doing that when we're up near the box.
Harper. See when Tierney came back and he was playing, and then Martin, he would come in and he started doing long throws. And I remember everybody sitting around me going, "When the fuck did he learn that? How have we not been doing that for fucking ages?"
But do you know who should be doing it? Arne Engels. Engels should be doing the throws when they're up there because he's 6 foot fucking whatever the fuck. His arms are 5 foot long. He should be doing it.
Tierney can do it. Tierney can do it.
But if you're going to do it right, Harper, it should be the fucking tallest, strongest player you have to put it in the like. Ralston is not that.
Aye, but the tallest, stronger player might not be good at long throws.
It might be good to hit on the ball.
But Tierney is.
Exactly.
Harper Linda's just came down there. She's cutting up a pear, and I said Harper, and she turned around and says, "Harper, is he back on the podcast?" There you go. No, he is, Linda. He's a faker.
Yeah.
Linda,
maybe he says maybe he's
coming back next week.
Linda, I hope you're using the beer coasters I got you.
I hope you're using the beer coasters I got you, he says.
Where's Joe? Where's Joe Nathan?
Oh, we sacked him, mate.
Joe's either a taxi driver or a drug dealer than he's driving.
By the way, that's
you get horsed out.
Imagine Joe being a drug dealer, man. Fucking hell.
Worst drug dealer ever. Aye, Joe just be sitting gooned. You know, every cunt of fortune. Fuck's sake, they'd be setting hitmen, Colombian hitmen to fucking take him out. So, but to get back on track here, right? The collective insanity has been brilliant. It has helped us. You know what I mean? It has definitely helped us because everybody. I'm hoping that O'Neill is getting in and pasting the fucking the fucking daily record onto the wall and saying, "There you go." You know what I mean? There you go. Everybody wants us to lose tomorrow. Everybody's cheering for fucking Hodge. What he is going to do about it? You know what I mean? Turn this to our advantage. And like I was in great form. Like getting into the Rangers match, I thought we were going to win, genuinely. And you know we got the result we wanted. Ended up a pretty decent performance all in. The other night I was kind of worried, but kind of going, do you know what? We definitely have the opportunity here. I thought Motherwell played brilliant. I have to fucking say, they were full of running the whole match. I actually think we got tired. I thought they kind of run us ragged, and they destroyed us on the flanks. Like, and some people were saying about Sean Maloney taking the job, but I'm looking at that going, where's our tactical fucking switch to stop that joy that they were getting off us the whole fucking night down the wings, you know? And that goal Negron scored. The ball didn't move. Did you see the slow-mo? The ball was completely still the whole way into the fucking net. It was just struck so brilliantly. But apart from that, he did fuck all the whole match. He doesn't run, you know. It leaves such a fucking gap where you need sort of harder working midfielders. And my fear for the Mara is that McGuinness puts somebody on McGregor and just man-marks McGregor. Says if you stop him playing, you'll fuck Celtic. You know, so that's with all the hullabaloo that's going on and all the nonsense. I'm really hoping that O'Neill and Maloney are sitting going, here's the fucking plan here. Play up to this, you know, make it work for us. Did you hear? I showed you that voice note today, didn't I, about the fucking golfing thing at Mar Hall? Did you mention it on air already?
No, I've not mentioned that.
No, but I showed you as well. I showed you as well about the video of the young team getting in with rockets and that, heading up. And that.
That's brilliant. Absolute class.
Big David McLaughlin text as well, the pod zone. He says, can you just keep it down a bit? He says, I'm trying to get a fucking kip here at Mar Hall. So there's every chance he'll be there because it was a Celtic Foundation golf day.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right.
It's
That's
a
right.
fucking disgrace. It's on when Hearts booked it a week ago. Fuck's sake,
Disgusting.
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 So listen, let me rein it back in a bit here, right? So we need to indulge ourselves here. Scott, Liam, Scott, I want you to go first, right? Talk me through when the challenge went on Trusty, and then nobody knew it was going on because I didn't know it was going on. You were on the same end as me, and then everybody's like, "What the fuck's going on?" And then in your head you started saying prayers because I did, because everybody must have done. So tell me what was going through your mind when that happened, Scott.
So we started going down the stairs, because upstairs. Oh,
you were up the top.
We were up the top, and we kind of moved down because, as I say to you, we were driving, so it's always good to get a fucking flyer, know what I mean, get out. And so we're coming down the stair. You're just still watching it, and when we get it through in, you threw it in, and as Marty says, I'm shouting for the foul.
Elbow.
I think because Trustees went down. I mean, the fucking height of him. I mean, he's went down like a dafty, and I'm like, what's going on here, man? I says, and then you can see everything stopped. And at that point, I'm like, nah, I can't fucking handle this, man. So I've walked down the stairs. Well, my two mates, Big Shug and Stu, have stayed upstairs. I've walked down the stairs. And Dom Thomas runs by me, and Dom's like, come on, Scotty boy, it's happening. It's like VAR check, and I was like, right, okay, here we go. So I'm standing down the stair, and it shouts it's a penalty. So first I'm thinking, I'm not watching this. And then I'm thinking, I am watching this. So I go down the stair, and you all know, you've all been to the Motherwell's Ground. Down the stair, everybody stands up. Everybody stands up everywhere. But down the stair, everybody stands up on the stairs. So unless you're exceptionally tall, you're not seeing all the tap everybody anyway. Do you know what I mean? Because it's crammed. So as the stairs, there's a pole. So I've climbed up on the pole, and I'm hanging off the pole watching the penalty. And I'll be honest, right? I turned around and grabbed something and celebrated because what a penalty. But I thought my heart had fell at my arse, man. Honest to God. I was I couldn't breathe right. I felt I was going to start greeting. Wild, mate. Absolutely wild. That's pretty much it. And then I was just doing the delirium in people's faces. There was people greeting about. Know what I mean? There's people greeting. But amazing, man. So I stayed on my wee pole and I watched all the celebrations. I stayed on Darius. I was hugging Darius. So, but
Darius.
Wild, absolutely wild.
So Liam, on to you, mate.
Yes, I was the lower tier. I was the opposite side to you, Jason. So I was kind of right at the end, but the other side. And
you were near the Motherwell fans. They're ultras.
Yeah. Exactly there. There's a few incidents we'll talk about a bit afterwards, but so I was nervous all day, felt ill all day before the game. Nothing that happened in the game settled me at all. Even when we went 2-1 up, I just was so impressed with Motherwell. I thought, fuck, we're going to struggle here. And I'd kind of made peace with myself that if we come out with a draw and Hearts only won by 2 or 3, I was convincing myself that we could still beat them 3-0 tomorrow to win the league, right? I know it's a massive, massive tall order, but I was settling. That was making my peace with myself, and it got to 2-2. I felt sick as a pig, man. But then when the throw-in come in from Ralston, from where I was, I just thought it was a direct clash of heads. Because of the size of Trusty and the way he went down, I thought they must have just gone for the ball. And
other side,
nothing. And I was convinced they just cracked heads, right? And Scott just said there was a big delay, but I thought the delay was because if you notice, Trusty went down, then he got up, and then he went down again, and then he got up again. So I thought they were just working out whether to bring the physio on for him, and I was just praying that we were getting the throw in because the ball went back out for a throw, I think, didn't it, from the challenge?
Yeah.
And I was just hoping we get one more opportunity to throw the ball in. I hadn't seen anything that would suggest it was going to be a penalty at all. And everyone around me was like fucking super, super stressed, man. And then pause, and then you see Beaton with his finger on his ear. And you're like, what the fuck's he even looking at there? Because you're like, from where I was, you couldn't see any infringement at all or any even possible infringement. And then when it gets called to the monitor, you're like, this cannot be for real, man. And obviously, again, you expect him to be there for quite a while. It was a pretty quick check, and he was pretty, decisive about giving the penalty. And the whole place just went fucking wild because a lot of people, not a lot, but a good few people had started leaving before that throw had come in. Obviously, just kind of giving up on it a little bit. But then when the penalty was awarded, everyone just went fucking wild. And
well, here's the thing. Do you think everybody went wild? Because I don't.
Around me, but not like almost in like a tense way, not necessarily because, like in a tense, what the fuck's going on?
I don't think MD went wild. Everybody just went, oh my God, and stuff. My legs went to fucking jelly.
Yeah.
I couldn't even celebrate. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's a better description, but everyone was just kind of like, I don't believe what I'm seeing in front of my eyes here, sort of thing, because I think it was 97 or 98 minutes by that time, because it had taken a few minutes to see whether Trusty was injured or not. And see if it was 12 months before, I'd have been shitting myself saying, we're going to miss this. And see when Iniacho comes up with a penalty, me personally, I'm pretty confident with him now that he's gonna put it away, and it was just fucking mental, man. And I mean, I was jumping around when we scored, but I was more drained and relieved at the goal rather than fucking, running about the place. And because I was about 10 rows from the front, I thought I might have a little run on the pitch here, and I thought, I'd probably try and jump over and fall flat on my face, try and even get on the pitch. But it was surreal.
What about that?
Surreal is probably the word I'm looking for.
Colby Donovan must have been close to you, was he?
No, he was Jason's
side. He's the other side.
He's on the park coupling the player. That's fucking what a photo. So I'll give you mine, right?
Sorry.
On you go, Harper. You go.
I was just going to get to the point of view watching the television, like. So I don't know if any of you watched back the actual proper
the footage.
You see, like I was sitting with Sharon's boy Luke, and obviously like the throw goes in, Trusty goes up. Fuck's happened here? Oh, I'll be back. Trusty goes up, goes down, and you're like, oh, what's happened there? Has he been fouled? And then he gets up, and then he goes back down his knees again. Luke says to me, he's playing a blinder here. He's really trying to sell this to the referee, right? And I'm like, oh, next time they're saying there's a VAR, and I thought it was another once. There was like 3 or 4 replays. Still, I didn't think it was for a handball. I still didn't even look at that. I was just looking at the sort of elbow, and I'm like, God, I don't know if that'll be given. And then it was actually the announcement at the stadium when you heard them say, they said in the television, this has got the VAR, and then you actually heard them say on the announcement in the stadium, possible handball, and then the replay was, and then you were looking for the handball. I was like, fuck it, that's a handball. We're going to get this. And like, honestly, God, I said it.
That's yesterday. Interesting. That's really interesting.
I said to you yesterday, fucking Trusty played a blinder. Because if he doesn't go down and up and down, they maybe didn't have as good a look at that, and then they see the handball. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Harper, I completely agree. I was exactly the same as you. That's you just if I could have explained it, I would have explained it exactly the same way. And the only other thing is you might not have noticed it, but you definitely saw it on the TV because it looked as if he was going to take the penalty. Liam Scales, guardian of the penalty spot, would not let any
somebody always does that.
Teams been doing that for ages now. Flynn.
Even the referee, come over to him and he pushed the referee. He wouldn't even
there was an Irish fella in front of me going, no way Scales going to take it, and I looked at him as if, are you taking a piss out of me, mate, or am I
What about Ian Atcho, man? Fucking balls of steel.
Oh, I know.
Balls of steel. Like.
So mine, right, so what happened to me was, so me and Ellie were in the 3rd row at the left-hand side at the bottom, right? So first half, obviously, we all know what went on. So at half-time, Ellie's like, I need to go for a drink. She's going up to get a Coca-Cola. And I'm like, all right. So There's about 10 minutes into the second half, she's not come back down, but it is mobbed. See the stairway, and I'm like, maybe she can't get back down. So it was maybe halfway through the second half, I phoned her, and she's like, I'm up standing in Mick, because Mick was standing about 5 rows on the stairs for the entrance into that bottom bit at the left. So I'm like, all right, no worries. So I'm standing myself, and it's got to like 2 minutes into the injury time. So I'm like, all right, I'll just make my way up to stand early and Mick for the end there. So I walked down into the front row, and there's a wee bit for disabled folk at the Celtic end at the left-hand side at the bottom. So I'm standing there, and I'm just standing watching the game, and there's a big guy. I think he was in a wheelchair or sticks or whatever, but he was sitting himself in one seat. He's like, here, pal, he says, I can't see. I'm like, all right. So I went down and stood next to him. And the next thing that happened, but right in front of me, I've got the perfect view of it, because I'm right in the front. And I'm like, I think that was an elbow. But I'm saying to myself, no danger of the Guinness, that's beating fucking Dallas and the thing, with no chance. But then, as you say, Harper, 100% agree with you what Trusty did. But I'm like, it went on like maybe 30 seconds and nothing was happening and nothing. I'm like, please go to your ear. You're beating. I'm just saying prayers and all that. I'm like, oh my God. And then he just went like that. He started running towards the thing. And I've turned around to the boy, the big boy, that said to me, I says, I think they're going to get a fucking penalty here. And then it come up and says possible handball. And see, when they said that, then I believed we were going to get it. Because I'm saying, I didn't see it, but obviously there's a possible handball. He's up there and his arms are up. I'm like, he must have handled that. And see, when he's pointed to the spot running towards it, oh my God, I just lost it. I was like, fucking, my legs went down. He like collapsed. I was just like, fucking, oh my God. No, like, all the blood just drained for me. And I'm like, fucking hell. And I'm holding onto the wall in front of me on that wee box thing. And then any actuals come up, I'm just, but as you said, Liam, I had it in my head, even if he misses, we've still got a chance. We could beat them 3-0. Because I knew Hearts had won 3-0, so it didn't matter, 2-0 or 3-0, we still had to win 3-0. And I'm like, fucking, well, at least if he misses it, we're still going to the final day. We're still going to have a final day with a chance. They'll just try to fucking play it down and see when it fucking hit the net. I just nearly collapsed. I just couldn't. I was struggling to fucking, and I just grabbed, see the big boy that fucking couldn't move out his seat and that. I just fucking cuddled him and he gave me the big grip. Next thing, there's about fucking 300 folk bouncing over the tappies to go in the park. And I'm in the front row. I'm like, I can go in there, no bother. And I'm like, I can't even walk the now. Never mind run on that park. I'd fucking lost all fucking control of my body. I was just in tatters. Oh my God. It's one of the most draining things I've ever went through in my life watching Celtic. See, for that, for that, thinking the league's away, to the bit saying we're going to win this. It was just.
You think about Jason, how many last minute winners we've had at Motherwell in the last few seasons as well. It's becoming that Motherwell and Kilmarnock are kind of like the vogue places for us to be getting these last minute winners all the time. It's madness.
That's another one too. That was the other one as well. I was listening to the Tim's podcast this morning, and they were saying that since O'Neill arrived, we've had like something like 21 points. We've accrued 20 in the last 10 minutes of matches.
I've got it written down here. I've got it prepared.
Go ahead. What is it? Go ahead.
Right, so I'm going to read this out. It'll take 2 minutes. Sorry, right? But I was waiting in the car for
him. Fucking more, Liam.
Come on, Scott. Bear with me. Right. So, 3rd of August, 1-0 St Mirren, McCowan, 87th minute winner. 14th of September, 2-1 Kilmarnock, Iniacho, 96th minute winner. His first touch of the ball, I think, for Celtic. 5th of October, 3-2, beat Motherwell, Maeda, 92 minutes. 22nd of November, 1-0, St Mirren, McGregor, 95 minutes. 21st of December, 3-1 against Aberdeen, Tierney, 88, Forest, 92. 7th of Feb, 2-1 against Dundee, Adamu got the equaliser in the 97th minute. 11th of Feb, 2-1 Livingston, Oxley-Chamberlain, winner 91st minute. 15th of February, 3-2 against Killy, Arajo, 97th minute winner. 1st of March, 2-2 against Rangers, Hatati, 91st minute equaliser. 5th of April, 2-1 against Dundee, Iniacho, 82nd minute winner. And then 13th of May, 3-2 Motherwell, Iniacho, 99th minute winner.
Fucking unbelievable.
On your cell longers.
Fabulous.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah,
Mad.
can you imagine fucking Scott's review of the season this year?
Just done it.
No, but here, think of all the other fucking all the other fucking insanity that's happened this season. Like, fucking hell.
You boys spoke about it a minute ago about VAR, right? I didn't want VAR. I don't like VAR. I think the VAR we've got the news garbage. I think it's crap. I appreciate the points you said, but I think VAR is stealing the soul out of football. How long it takes. It's fucking rotten. Especially the fact, again, the point that we've got fucking VAR light. When it gets it fucking wrong, frustrates me. But see that on Wednesday night, that's a perfect example of VAR working perfectly.
Yep.
It took something that the vast majority of people missed. They say go. They see what people say. What was the clear and obvious? That's not a fucking law. Clear and obvious is when VAR gets involved, plus when a decision and the penalty looks like it could be a decision, right? Obviously, that is not the wording, but that's a follow-on. Anybody that say to you, well, that's not a clear and obvious mistake, that's not where the sentence stops. The sentence carries on. So VAR has been perfect in this situation. And the fact that people are watching the same videos as us and saying to us, oh, it doesn't hit his on. You're sitting there going, you're just being willingly ignorant now.
Willful.
You're just a lying cunt.
Yeah, well, that's that. Simba bastards, you know what I mean? It's scandalous that we're still at this point. That people are going, well, it's the biggest shit. I mean, Gary Lineker, who I've got so much respect for over the last couple of years, it's the biggest sham I've ever. I've got to admit, right? Do you remember in an actual scored against? He scored in a European game, and they chopped it off.
Aye.
And to this day, I have no clue. There was no explanation. There was nothing. I still to this day don't know what happened. Whereas with this one, we know. So they called it. The referee was adored, talked about it. Nobody knew, nobody seen it. The referee went to that and said, this is a perfect example of VAR working well.
But see with the likes of Lineker name, Scott. That's
just desperation.
No, but what the fella, I think it was the fellas on E-Tim said it, right? They said, no, the likes of him and Jeff Stelling and them probably weren't watching the match. And then they've seen this controversy, they've flicked over and they've listened to these and fucking ranting and raving in the studio.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
And then they've maybe seen one replay of it and went, oh, this is a fucking diabolical disgrace. You know, so I think that kind of explains that. I think they were.
And Marty, saying that point, did any of you see the decision in the Arsenal West Ham game last weekend?
Yeah. My boss was an
that as well, isn't he?
Yeah, my boss was an Arsenal fan, and he said to me today, well, what do you reckon tomorrow? And I went, I'm going to take a fucking steam, and I don't care win, lose or draw. It's mental. It's just let's see what happens. And then he was on the me about it. He says, look, it's the same. Well, the controversy with the handball last week, and I was going, I know. I says that was fucking mentioned. Do you know what I mean? It's just Scott says that in this instance, VAR did its job, and it was two Huns that made the decision. Yeah. It wasn't fucking Sister Benedict, fucking, you know what I mean? Some nun or fucking something, or somebody who was at Bellahouston Park in 1982.
Yeah, I don't know how old Andrew Dallas is, but I don't know whether he was carrying under the bed back in '98 or 90, whatever it was, when he was getting stuff thrown out his window. But I'm sure it wasn't the case. But the Arsenal one was quite interesting because I don't know if you saw. I saw a bit of thing on Sky about it, or maybe Match of the Day I watched. I can't remember. Watched something on it, and they had a referee on, and he was saying because if you look at it, there's at least 2 penalty fouls on West Ham players before the ball even gets near the goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm.
And the ref, with this grappling or all this nonsense going on down there just now, and the referee said, well, the primary incident was the goalkeeper having his arm pulled when he went to catch the ball. But if you look at the play chronologically from the corner coming in, when the play is active, for me there was at least 2 penalties there that West Ham could have got for Arsenal players, completely holding them and pulling them down. But the guy said when there's multiple incidents in one incident, VAR looks just for the one that's got the biggest impact, the primary incident, which is fucking mental, really, when you think about it.
But again, though, as Harper was saying there a minute ago, every cunt was looking for the elbow. Nobody was actually looking for the hand because it was a fucking elbow. And Trusty went down, held his face, made that gesture, and you knew, fuck, he's been elbowed there. Do you know what I mean? So, yet again, like, Andrew Dallas Names could have made a decision to say, well, look, it is an elbow, but it's actually just a clash of players coming together. There's no foul. It's not a foul. Like, and we'd have been arguing about that, saying it was a fucking foul, and everybody else would go, oh, they're all right. They're right. But in the meantime, they spotted the fucking handball.
It's mad. I'm glad, Scott, you said about the clear and obvious thing as well, because I've heard that so many times this week, right? If the ref doesn't see something and doesn't make a decision, it's not a clear and obvious error because he hasn't seen it. Like nobody else saw it in real time, and you see loads of decisions get given that nobody saw in real time. That's the whole point of VAR. And the whole thing about but the whole thing about not re-reffing the game. Well, they are re-reffing the game to a degree because they're checking for any in the exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, was it Derek Ferguson was an open goal, and he's like, no, it's not clear and obvious. And someone said, "Did you see it?" He went, "No, I've not seen it yet."
Right. So here's the 4-match VAR intervention is strictly limited to these specific events. These are from the laws of the game. The 4-match changing goals in the attacking phase, checking for fouls, offsides, or the ball going out of play in the build up to a goal. Direct red cards, checking for serious foul play, violent conduct, or denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Mistaken identity, ensuring the referee correctly identifies and punishes the right player, e.g. booking the correct player after a foul. And finally, penalty decisions, checking whether a penalty should or should not have been awarded. So, under the laws of the game, this has been a perfect example of VAR. Yet people are looking at the same video as us. I mean, I'll tell you, I was on 5 Live and the Hearts boy goes, I mean, Celtic fans are on social media reacting to AI. And I was like, so at that point, I'm kind of going, I hope I'm no fucking just bailed in on AI stuff. But, I mean, see when that one comes out with the official photographer photo, I was like, well, that's it done. That's all the talking and all the moaning done. But it's still going on. People are just ignoring it. I get you want Hearts to win. I get it. And I get you don't want... There's nothing fairy tale about Celtic outside of us. Because if we win it, we're going to think it's the greatest thing in the world. Especially, like you say, we're talking about the season reviews. I reckon the season review is going to be a 2-show. I don't think it's a 1-show. I think we're going to... Because...
Scott, you may take a month off work.
Mate, we've got to talk about the Brendan Rodgers stuff because that's massive. How that unfolded and how the club attacked him and how, as we say in hindsight, he was correct. We've got to talk about the decision by the club to appoint Wilfred Nancy. We've got to talk about that. We've got to talk about what happened and our feelings during that. And then we've got to talk about Martin O'Neill and what he's done, which is, this season feels like it's been going on for a year.
It feels like Brendan Rodgers wasn't even this season.
exactly, man.
Then the side stories, the banning the Green Brigade, banning Celtic fan media, yet they let, as Marty posted, they let like social media punters into the ground. They let the fucking Liverpool FC fucking Shankly mob up-to-date interviews with fucking players in our stadium, but Celtic's aim fan media are all still banned. Not that we're giving a fuck about it, but it's, you know, and yet the club still do not communicate with us. Then you've got the full collective thing. You've got about a million.
You've got the AGM, Jason.
You've got
the January transfer window.
Not one player was even on the bench midweek there.
Chamberlain's only one that's been involved. He's not played the games. Yeah.
But again, Liam, right? Take that as an example. He was fucking saying after the window closed.
Yeah.
Same as the Iheanacho.
Not one of the January transfer window was actually in the squad. I mean, how much money did they spunk? 10 million? Plus wages and stuff like that.
What in the summer or just
in January? How much? No, sorry, you're talking about the summer as well. So the signings for
January we spent nothing, didn't we?
Spent nothing, but see for the summer when you've got your Balak Wisher and your other boy, you've got
Tanecki.
So Tanecki did play, right? So that's right. But for your January transfer window, obviously with your paying wages and stuff like that, you must have spunked a few million in wages.
KT Negrin. So as you say, right, so KT comes in the free. KT's no get doubts. The only doubt on KT was how much he would play, and he's blown that out of the water. And KT's a guy who's, I think KT, in the grand scheme of things, has been fucking bang on the button.
He's been brilliant.
Anybody who knows with KT's an idiot. Right? Ross Doon, obviously no kicked his hole. Negrin has paid back his fee.
He's brilliant enough.
Multitudes, and we can't wait to see the back of Callum Osman, unfortunate with injury. Inamuro has come and gone. Shinya Yamada, he's coming back. Pussy, he's over in Germany, stinking the place out. Balak Wisher is going down as one of our worst. Sarachi was on the bench, came off. Tanecki started the game. Iheanacho came off the bench. Araujo would probably been involved had they no got injured. Svanchara has been and gone. And then Adamu, who cares? Arthur, Mvuka, and then Chamberlain never got off the bench.
Right.
Madman. Mad. But anyway, we'll stick on point. So that game, as you say, Jason, you're walking out and you're that nervous laughing as if you've just stole something, you know what I mean, and get away with it.
Right.
But everybody turned on us, and I've been very kind of, Steve, we lose the league and the Huns don't win it. It's sore, but it's not a killer. It's not a killer, you know what I mean? Because as a club, the way we've conducted ourselves as a proper football club, do we really deserve to go and win things with this shower of pricks who run our club? Probably not.
Nope.
I mean, like you say, there's still no talking to us. There's still no talking to us. They think everything's all sorted. Martin O'Neill keeps coming out and going, it's great to have us all back together. And he's right. And it is great and it feels better. But every one of us know this is kind of part. Every one is. I mean, this isn't like last time. See if Celtic go and do this and that and that and that. Every one of us know we're sitting here just waiting for it to blow up again. But the way the people are conducting themselves, McInnes, I've never liked McInnes. I give McInnes his due because I think he's a decent manager. But I've never really, he's a wee sneery. He's a Hearts manager. He's perfect for it. He just reminds me of that fucking Jim Jeffries. Remember him?
Yeah.
Remember that? Never gave us a back credit, know what I mean? And I was always...
You beat them 4-0, they would fucking talk about how fucking things were wrong for them and things were
exactly.
They'd have played outstanding. They wouldn't want to ski a bit of credit.
Well, that's where McInnes is falling. And the thing is, and again, do I hate Hearts as a club? Of course I do. Do I hate their supporters? I hate them as much as any other supporter. But it's made me think, fucking Esties. Honest to God, fuck everyone. See if we break all your stupid vision of what football is and you think, brilliant, I love it. And I don't want any credit. See, I mean, no, the thing is, Celtic win the league, we don't get any credit because we've got all the money. Because for 100 years, Mary us go to football the name. See Hearts talking about the 600 briefs. I remember going to see Hearts under Martin O'Neill. And I was sitting in the main stand because none of them fucking went to the game. Know what I mean? They never went to their own fucking home games. And now they've took seats off us and put a big fucking sponsorship banner up. Fucking rat bags. And see the thing, do you remember I'd done the podcast about the away fans? And I spoke to a Hearts boy. I think he might have worked with you, Liam. Did he?
Yeah, it was my pal at work. It was his friend.
Right. See him. He said to me that day, right? And it's online for anybody to go and check. He said to me online, sure, I'm Glasgow based. I try to get to as many Hearts home games as I can. I don't get to many, but I always make it to Celtic Park because the Hearts don't really take a lot of people to Parkhead. That's the reason why Celtic started giving them 800 tickets. That's that according to Angela Forbes, that's the reason, because there wasn't a great demand for Hearts away tickets at Parkhead. Now, Hearts are a reactionary club. They'll kick us out when they're good. They'll bring us back in when they're shit. So, see this 600 quid? We all know the script. I've not been to Hearts any time this season. And you boys know I go. And I've not been to either game because I couldn't get a ticket. So do I feel any sympathy at this point for them? No. I hope. No. I genuinely hope. Even right for me, obviously I want Celtic win, same as all yous. But I would love to. Like, what is it? What was that quote? Spiky fucking golf shoes. I'd love to do that on. This would be. Imagine we just went and fucking destroyed them. Imagine, and they were all leaving early. Imagine that.
What you want, though, Scott, is the same photographs that they had in 1986, all hanging over the fence, crying.
Just fucking rap. I'm scunnered with them all. I mean, fucking dicks.
So let's get into it then. We can avoided the.
This Guinness is going down too well.
We've avoided the inevitable, right? So tomorrow.
Do not ask me for a
what are we thinking? I'll tell you what, right? Do you know what? I'm going to go to Liam last because I know that'll be very positive, right? Harper, what do you think?
Shite myself, man. My stomach's in knots anytime I'm thinking about it. I only came on this tonight just to fucking sort of stop, just sit and think about it myself.
Honestly. Yeah, come on to talk to me, Harper. Stop telling us.
Well, here we go. I feel like because of what it is, Celtic Park, the crowd, the way things have been with the crowd at Celtic Park recently, I've got a feeling they're going to go and batter them. And that makes me really fucking nervous, the fact that I think that. Do you know what I mean? It's like when I always think when we're going to batter the Huns, when we've been really on top of them, but then the day comes and you're nervous. I don't know, I feel we're going to batter them 3-0, and then we'll be able to turn around and say, well, there was your 3-0 anyway, get up.
Do you know what? I'm exactly the same. But I'm exactly the same with the nerves. And do you know what? See if any actually had missed the penalty. I don't think we'd have beaten 3-0. But see, because the kind of pressure's off in a sense that we don't need to beat them 3-0. I think we could beat them 3-0. And I think Celtic will go to the Mora and destroy them.
But crowd's got a huge part to play in it, the Mora, by the way.
Well, obviously.
Put the pressure on the cunts, like, you know what I mean?
Well,
I seen the thing written was at the boys of the Green Brigade about booing them every time they get the ball and fucking, do you know what I mean? Aye, everything, every inch, like.
We need to. They want everybody to stand up at the game, boo them every time they've got the ball, cheer Celtic every time they've got the ball. And by the way, This is the 12th man, the more 100%. That you think about Celtic Park and European nights. We've played teams that are fucking 5 times better than us, and we'll beat them because that crowd roars that team on to victory, and that's what we need to pray it happen. Because let's face it, see both teams. Me personally, I think we've got better players than them, right? But as a collective, I'd say we're very well balanced. And they would argue, well, they're a point ahead of us in the league, so they'll argue they're better than us. They've got 2 better forwards than us. Well, I would argue that Marty's probably better than the 2 of them, to be fair. But
I don't think these Hearts players will have played in an atmosphere in their careers that what they're going to face tomorrow. That's what I'm expecting.
And see the thing as well. See the Hearts players, they are on the cusp of absolute legendary status for the rest of their lives. They're on the cusp of something that's never happened for 1960. They can dine out in this the rest of their life. And by the way, I bet that Tony Bloom's got them on fortunes to win this league. You know, see a league winning bonus. They'll I don't know how much it'd be. But you think he's a gambler, right? He's made his money off gambling. So he knows how much money's coming with potential Champions League and how Hearts grow for this if they win this league. They players will be on hundreds of thousands, I would bet, if they win this league. You know, there'll be everything sitting on this for them. Celtic will be on. We've been there, seen it, done it. And it's still a massive thing for us, right? If we don't win the league tomorrow, the world's not going to stop. We'll be absolutely sick, right? We'll be gutted, but we'll go again next year. But for them, this is, I mean, you're talking about 1960. There'll be very few Hearts fans like going to the games that are still going to the games that were actually at the game in 1960 when they won the league.
No, I found really interesting, Jason, and the boy that spoke to the Hearts fan who came across pretty sound, in fairness to him. He goes to every game, which obviously gets a wee bit of respect after, isn't what I mean? So, but what he said was that, see, in 1986, he says he was 8-year-old and he thought they were going to date. They asked him about it and he says, and it's devastating and all that, right? They never asked me about it, which I was kind of gutted about because I had my fucking... But anyway, he says, but what we expected was we'd kick on. We'd go and challenge the next year. And I think that's an understated, what's the word, point. Nah, that's not what I'm looking for. Something, but for want of a better word, an understated point is Hearts' collapse was quite magnificent, wasn't it? Because they never kicked on. They never went, right, here we go again, we'll go again. Whereas I kind of do expect Hearts to kick on no matter what happens tomorrow.
Yeah. Aye.
Do you know what I mean? I do expect them.
But
I don't know if McInnes will get the same season out of the players because McInnes hasn't really used the
Tony Bloom's model.
Tony Bloom's style, exactly. So, but it's
but
I think Hearts deserve a lot of respect tomorrow because they're a fitter team than Motherwell, but they're a harder team than Motherwell, and I think we can match that hardness. But it would be, I don't know. I think
that I'm not sure they're a fitter team than Motherwell. I thought that.
I think they're a fit team. They play at the last minute. They play. I think them.
And they've got 2 big players that are out. They 2 boys that get stretchered off at Motherwell. Yeah, fucking main players for them.
Well, they brought Devlin in for Leonard. I think Leonard's a really. I was saying that to you on the chat. I think your man Leonard, if you were going to break it down, would have been what you would call signing of the winter. I thought he was a great signing. See that game at Tynecastle, the 2-2 game? I thought he was a great game. great guy. He's very comfortable on the ball. He's a tall player. He's no fear to dig, and he'll dig the ball as well in terms of shooting. I think he's a good player, and I'm led to believe that Celtic had him lined up for this summer.
But so the thing is, the weight of history on their shoulders, the Mora, is incredible. But see, every time, see in the past, you go back the last 3 months, see every time they stumbled, like away to Livingston and stuff like that, you're like, right, you're ready to fall off. They come back the next week and they fucking come back. So my only hope is, Motherwell, they stumbled, but then they come back against Falkirk, so they're ready to stumble again. This isn't, because every time we thought they were going to fucking throw the towel in, they've come back. So I think the more, gone to that St Johnstone game, they stopped the 10 in a row, the nerves were off the scale, which they are the now, but no to that level. But St Johnstone were fucking shite, right? They were just a shite team that fucking Celtic at home. God almighty, we should beat them. And we did. There was a wee scare, obviously, that cross ball with Georgia Boyle, but waiting to header it in. But that was about it. But it was just the nerves that were taking her for that day. See the Mora, we're going to a battle. But can the Hearts players handle that kind of pressure? Who knows? You know, it's got the pressure for them must be astronomical.
Right. So there's some narratives, isn't there? There's narratives on it, right? So Martin O'Neill was at Celtic for 5 seasons, is that correct? Yep, 5 full seasons. He won 3 of them at a canter, and he lost 2 in the last day of the season.
Yeah, never a close league.
Hearts since the 60s, we kind of had one go at it.
No, Kilmarnock, they lost to Kilmarnock last day of the season. 66, was it? The Hearts no lost the league at the Kilmarnock last game of the season. Kilmarnock won the league in the 60s.
That's what I say. Since the 60s, they've not really had a go at it.
Oh, right. No, since
the 60s. I mean, so they won the title, but 1960, they lost it last kick of the ball. No, I think we beat them in 1959. We beat them, and Rangers won the league. Right, and as you say, they kind of, and then they go to
bad planning.
What's that?
That was bad planning.
In '86, they shot the bed, and we fucking won the league. So there's a bit of narrative on both sides.
Aye, but I'm saying since 1960, I think it was 1966 or whatever. I can't remember what year it was. It wouldn't have been 66. But there was one year in the 60s that they lost the league to Kilmarnock, and I think it was a shootout in the last game, was it no?
I don't know that, mate.
Kilmarnock won the league, and Hearts, I don't know, I'm sure it was Kilmarnock. I don't know if that's my head, but I think Kilmarnock won.
Right, but I'm just saying, kind of, so if we kind of, whilst the narrative that Martin O'Neill has lost the pinch, I asked the question to you: have Celtic ever went into the last day of the season with it in their own hands at home and shot the bed? I can't think.
I'll be honest, so I didn't think any of the past seasons, any time history, have any bearing on the Mora.
No, I know. Just that's what I'm saying about the narrative. Of course, these things don't fucking matter, but I'm just kind of the narrative that you can talk about, because the narrative with Hearts is if Hearts don't win the league, the Mora, then the 86 is just going to get brought up constantly, isn't it? I mean, fucking shite bags now.
So see what you were saying about in general, just about what happens tomorrow, like the cauldron that Celtic Park hopefully will be. No fucking nerves, just go in and sing. No fucking You Never Walk Alone bollocks. No Dan Rebel. Fucking upbeat fucking ditties the whole day. Get the fucking place rocking from the word go and just keep it up. And
You're definitely
they don't
getting You'll Never Walk Alone. That's a fun.
No, I hope they don't. I hope they don't. I hope
You
they do
definitely
that.
are. Like,
Fucking
I hope
cool
not.
song.
I hope they do that at the fucking end. You know what I mean? Fuck putting it on before the fucking. If the DJ's listening, keep it upbeat. And same with the Green Brigade. Sing the fucking Celtic songs. Get the whole stadium rocking.
Daddy, cool.
By the way,
Hang on the button. 1964-65.
there we go. 64-65. It was the last
Hearts
game of the season.
and Hearts won it on a goal average.
No, Kilmarnock won it in a goal
Oh,
average.
sorry, Kilmarnock won it over Hearts on a goal average.
Aye,
So
last
the
game
two
of
of them finished 34 games, 22 wins, 6 draws, 6 losses, and Kilmarnock had a goal average of 1.879 and Hearts had 1.837. Fuck me, what's thinking, Mike?
So there you go. So Hearts, this is their third since they won the league. Last game fucking to win the league, final day of the season, and the previous two they blew it. Martin O'Neill's previous two, last game of the season, he blew it. So,
Aye. No, it says it doesn't matter because it's not the fucking players playing now. I mean,
no, exactly, but and also there's 2 teams in Glasgow the more have gone for 5 in a row. When's that ever happened before?
By the way. And it's funny that the Huns. And it's funny that the Huns have totally dismissed all the shit that's going on with their club to argue about what's happening with us. And see,
it's all about the Celtic.
Huh?
It's all about the Celtic.
Mate, but no, it's funny. See the big decisions against Hearts, against Motherwell. How come they never asked Martin O'Neill about them? But yet they're asking fucking McInnes every week about his input about fucking Celtic. You should fucking stick to your own team, you clown shoe.
Baby, that client phoning, all it was Rangers fans phoning in, moaning about fucking our decisions. Fucking against
But here, I said to the Hun mate about 6 months ago, I actually still have the text, I'll have it there somewhere, I'll dig it out. And I said to him, if you don't win the league this year, given the fucking state we're in, you need to burn Ibrox down and rate Rangers off as a bad idea. Because this was the year that they should have been head and shoulders above us. Do you know what I mean? We were in complete fucking chaos at the start of the season. Bad transfer windows, losing managers, appointing bad managers, fighting at AGMs, fucking like one thing after another. Now they appointed a bad manager at the start of the league, but they actually brought that around again. Do you know what I mean? They went on a bit of a run and whatever else, but they just totally fucked it up right when they were fucking really in need of pushing on. Like they're just a bunch of fucking can't get right cunts, and I hate them.
By the way, I know we don't talk about them ever, right?
Well,
but we need to talk about Taft Penn's fucking.
Hold on. Yep.
Sorry.
You've not come round the table
Ahead
yet.
of yourself.
Sorry. Fucking hell. Get carried away there.
That's
Right.
all right. Forgive you.
What were we getting round the table for again, Liam? Correct?
Alzheimer's.
Big
That's
game
what it was.
tomorrow.
Oh, sorry.
What do you think's going to happen tomorrow?
Right. So we go to Harper. So Liam, on you go.
Marty, have you done yours?
No, all I was saying was about the noise at the start, and in terms of the game, I'll keep this very brief. In terms of the game, I think we need to score early. We need to really, really go at them because they're going to try and sit in. They only need a draw, and as I say, what I think they'll do tomorrow is man mark all over the place, boot all around them, and just try and win it. Win it by numbers. So we need to score early, and give them a fright, and bring them out, and make them make mistakes. So it should be fucking Tora from minute 1. That's all I have to say about that.
The Dyson Maeda will fucking give you the head down for that. Tora.
Exactly. Go ahead, Liam.
Well said.
On you go, Liam, son.
I'm perfectly calm about tomorrow, and we all should be the same.
Yep.
Right. It's been a shit show of a season, but everything's come together at the right time for us. things have aligned perfectly in the last month or so. Fixtures have gone our way. Results have gone our way. We've had players coming back in the team. We've hit a bit of form. We've got a match winner that we've been desperate for so long now in Maeda. Stability in some of the positions with Engels and Johnson coming back. We've got a full house tomorrow. Barely any away fans. We've got an away team with no league winning experience in the team at all, management level or player level. They've not won an away game against a team with 11 players on the pitch since the 11th of January this season. Just let's go there tomorrow. Let's relax and let's enjoy the day tomorrow. It's happening.
That's not a bad.
That'll do for me.
It's happening. No doubt about it.
Liam, fucking hell. I'd love to jump in your head now, but I just fucking can't.
It's right, Limbo. Limbo slice.
Here's a wee thing to think about.
Turn your camera, fuck's sake.
The guy at my work was saying to me there the other day, like for a sort of ex-player's point of view and seeing things with referees and all that. He thinks all that McInnes stuff, what he's been saying about referees, and that'll go against him tomorrow. He goes, their referees are a fucking cabal. Like. I said, who's more respectful to referees, Martin O'Neill or fucking Derek McInnes?
I would agree with that.
You know what I mean? They will look at that cunt and they all stick together, they guys. Like, people are saying, oh, that's them putting the pressure on the referees and blah, blah. I think it actually goes the other way.
The SFA have turned around and said John Beaton needed police protection. Makes house. After that.
They've arrested somebody already for it tonight.
Fuck it. I bet he's not a Hearts fan.
No, and he won't be. He's working for fucking Doogie Park, so he won't be a Celtic fan either. I told you I got that the day. It's come out of it like an invoice from Douglas Park's motor company, so it'll not be a fucking Celtic fan that done it either. And here, it's a GDPR breach, and the fines for those are millions. They're eye-watering fines. So whoever done that is in deep shit.
And by the way, guys have said on the chat, Kello Vision said there, but I reckon the FBI should get involved in this. Who's that boy at fucking some Kensington Bear or something like that? Fucking, we should get the FBI involved here. Fucking. Oh, Jesus Christ. So, Scott, I need to come to you, mate. I know you don't want to be in this position, but what's your thoughts?
Sorry, mate.
Right, you just
my arse is collapsing, mate. Fucking, I don't know. I don't know. I think they're a good team. I'm no thinking we'll canter it. I would love to think so, but I just fucked them. I don't care how we do it, just do it, man.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a canter tomorrow. I think we'll win, but I don't think it'll be a canter. I just think we've got enough to get over the line tomorrow.
See what my biggest nightmare is: leading 1-0 with like minutes to go, and they're getting corner after corner. Oh my God!
Harper. I've been saying this all week. See if we're 1 goal up with 10 minutes to go. Oh my God. Oh. Do you know what? There's a bit of me would rather be 3-0 down with 10 minutes to go because you've just made your peace and you're like that. Because let's face it, right? See if we lose tomorrow, I will be devastated. I will not be anywhere near devastated as I was if that happened at the St Johnstone game. You know, I'm trying to equate the two of them, and they don't come into the same ballpark whatsoever. I am desperately praying for Celtic to win tomorrow, and I'm like up to a high dough, and I'll probably wake up at 4 a.m. In fact, I'll probably not go to sleep till about 4 a.m. because the Mets have got the fucking Yankees tonight, and we're back, baby. But
I know, I'm not watching it.
But I'm up to high dough, but I'm strangely confident, and I don't like that with this Celtic team because I'm not confident in this Celtic team.
I think it might be a bit like 98. I think you might get an early Maeda goal, a pretty big chance missed late on for Hearts, and then somebody getting the second to finish it off.
Be fucking great.
But do you know what, Liam? I actually think we'll win easy. In my head,
I hope so.
I actually think we'll romp them.
Hearts will get a player sent off in the first half. There you go.
I was going to ask that. Surely there's decent odds that they're going to get somebody sent off, particularly if they go down the route that I'm talking about and the kind of man mark people and that sort of thing. I think that'd be a fucking stick one. Now, yeah, 100% Harper. Now, here's the fucking rub. Often we don't play well against 10 men. So sometimes you nearly be saying keep the cunt on. But I definitely think the way they play, the whole emotion of it, that there's a good chance that they'll get somebody. And here, if the referees have it in for them, as the two yous were just saying a minute ago. I think
But do you know the thing for me, right? I know it's very fucking angry, but see if I was McInnes, I would just go for it. I would actually just send them out to go for it because I don't think they're a good side.
Just about to say
not a good side.
Yeah.
You know,
not a good team.
If I was McInnes, I would send his team out fucking full throttle just to go for it.
Okay, they have to play how they played all season, surely.
Play gung ho. But whether he will, it's a strange one because it's. Do you know what? See, in the King Lud and the way doing, Mick and Seamus were talking about it, right? And they actually said before we were walking down the game, it says, "Would you rather have Celtic get into the final game of the season with a must-win, or would you rather Celtic, like say Hearts had drew the fall and we'd won? Celtic thinking they only need a draw." And both of them said we would rather it was a must-win.
And that's a very fair point because no matter what you're told, there has to be something in your head. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. How many times do you watch it, Marty, when you're watching football, and your team goes in the lead, and next thing they just fucking start sitting back, and you're like, fucking the game won, just fucking go for it. Away from here in Europe's the fucking worst, you know.
Look at that! Look at that cup! Look at that cup final last year, the Aberdeen Cup final. Fuck's sake!
Aye.
I would have put fucking years on you watching it. Because they just thought they could stroll out and do it, and you're like, "What the fuck? Come on, ahead here!" That was crazy.
So I went against them. I said I would rather us only need a draw. You know, at the end of the day, go with the odds. You know, but there might be something in that you get with a one-track mind. See, at the end of the day, you send football players out in a park, but I think the fans tomorrow, I think what the Green Brigade and the boys have done is massive, you know, and if everybody adheres to it, I don't think where I'm sitting, folk will all stand up, but I will see what happens. But you want everybody, every time, you want just an absolute cauldron of madness in that stadium tomorrow. And it's got to get our players going for it. You know.
Jason, sorry to take you back one step, but see what I thought was really interesting, right? Obviously, you saw the coverage at the end of the Hearts game, right? And they would have seen the penalty, Celtic scoring the penalty, right? Now, see if us drawing would have meant Hearts were champions that night, then I can understand. There's always going to be a bit of disappointment, right? But see if that draw would have meant Hearts have won the league, I could understand them being so crestfallen, right? I think, in my mind, the players and the fans thought, if we know we've got to avoid a 3-0 win, we feel confident. If we know we've got to avoid a win, we're not that confident at all here. That's the message I got from seeing all the coverage from the end of the game at times.
See if you go back and watch, if everybody goes back and watches Sports here again, just about Liam saying, I watched it just before we come on this podcast. I was fucking about and I says, I'll just fucking put that on. And I watched it again, and that's exactly the thought. The players looked devastated, and it went round about the fans, but it went round about the fans, and they were all just sick. There was a couple of guys trying to G them up, saying you're number one and all that, but everybody else was sick. And I get the point that they had the chance to win the league there, and then it went for them. But at that point, they didn't have the chance to win the league because we were only drawing.
Exactly.
They would still had to go to Celtic Park. But see, when you went to the players as well, But to be fair, they interviewed Lauren Shankland after the game, and I thought his interview was excellent. He just says, "Oh well, he says we go for it." And the thing is, if you'd have said to Hearts, which obviously the kind of will be getting into them now, if you'd have said to them at the start of the season, right, season's going to start now, we can play the league out the way it wants, or we can get a time machine, take you forward, and you're 1 point ahead of Celtic, going to Celtic Park, last game of the season to win the league. Every one of them would have fucking dived on you. But it's all right saying that, but what they've went through and how near they have been to do it, and at certain points of that game, they did win the league. To be who having to come to Celtic Park, it's a different kettle of fish. And as I said earlier on, I don't think we can emphasise how big legends these Hearts players would be. These guys that played for Hearts tomorrow will be doing history for the rest of their life. You know, they'll never need to buy a drink to Edinburgh. I know that's not a big thing. But you're talking about for the rest of their life, they'll be able to dine out in this.
Yeah. I agree. I know people have you've seen photos getting circulated. They've got the open top bus and whatever, but surely they've got to prepare.
They had to get the bus. It's got to be Sunday. They can't
exactly right. I think people are making a big deal of that, right? And they had the trophy there or whatever on Wednesday because they were the only ones that could win the league. So that's just all normal stuff for me, really.
Yeah, exactly.
No, what, guys? Sell it again and tell them go and date for Mark Stratton.
God bless Mark Stratton.
Been thinking about the man all the time, you know.
Go and date for that man.
I had my James Conley badge on my jacket. Mick said to me, "Where'd you get that badge?" He says, "The blessed Mark gave me it." I had my James Conley badge on my jacket, and Wednesday night I'll be wearing it tomorrow.
Hibs fans were class when the penalty went in Ibrox.
Fuck me. Holy fuck.
By the way, you know I'm friendly with Big Egg that does the Rangers podcast, Liam, right? And I think his podcasts are brilliant, right? He's proper Rangers man, this guy. I think the world of him. And I listened to his one for the other night, and normally he goes on a big rant. He's funny as fuck. He goes on a big rant for 20 minutes. He does it right outside Ibrox, the immediate post-match Rangers podcast, right? His partner's fucking deadly, right? And he goes on a big rant for 20 minutes so that Celtic fans will turn it off. Just talks about random shit, just the most random stuff ever. But the other night he just spoke about the game and spoke about how he was fucking just his thoughts about how shite Rangers were and whatever. But then he said at the end, he hadn't worked out goal difference, because obviously it wasn't affecting him, so he hadn't worked out the goal difference and stuff like that. And he's standing at Ibrox and the fans have all left. And next thing he's seen the Hibs fans erupting. He's like, what the fuck's going on there? And he's turning to the guy next to him. Didn't he fucking... He didn't think whether it was if Celtic had won or as long as Hearts had won, he thought it was totally on Hearts' hands that Celtic had to hang me to fucking win by a few goals. And then the guy just said to him, he says, fucking hell, they only need to win now. He says, oh my God. No, he's just Rangers fucking, he hadn't. So anyway, he made a cunt of it, but in the heart, it was quite funny the way he was saying it when he seen the Hibs fans erupting. But you seen the photos of them, you seen them, the tricolours they had in them, they were grafted.
Brilliant.
What about the two Huns doing the watch along trying to work out the goal difference?
In fairness, it was only one of them. I mean, his mate looked devastated that the other boy's head was exploding.
I was just sitting there going, that's their Joe McKenna.
No, come on, it's us trying to explain fucking pre-contracts to Jason.
Exactly.
Trying to explain economics to a Hun. We are the people. Right, listen, I'm away to my bed because I have an early start in the morning and I'm going to be on the booze from midday. I have just a bit of run about to do, and then
Nah, you're full of
Harry.
shit. Just fucking go.
Yeah,
You want to
no,
go, just go. Don't make me.
Here we
no,
go.
I'm
Here we
fucking
go.
nugget. I'm going over to get Paddy White, and Big Robbie's coming out this tomorrow. John's coming out, so I needed that's a car, and then fucking run the wee man to his classes and all in the morning. So
Are you going to Felons?
probably, more likely.
Right.
And then we'll probably end up in the town somewhere after. Win, lose or draw, we'll be out for a pint. But we're going to win. I told you 2 weeks ago we were going to, or last week, whatever it was, we would beat the Huns. I felt it in my water. We were going to do it, and I feel it in my water again. With Liam fucking Power saying the same thing, I'm feeling very confident. We'll be all right. So listen, I love you all. I love the Celtic. I love Ireland. I love Scotland. Let's bring it. I love David Harper. It's good to have him back.
Tell big Paul and the Felons I said hello, right? No, Sean's cousin.
Sweat.
I remember his fucking
Nope.
surname.
Yep, if I see him, I certainly will.
Wrap it up,
And
fuck.
God bless everybody. Good night now. See you later.
No,
Man,
you're
Marty
very
boy,
Bless
enjoy.
you, Marty boy. See you,
Very
mate.
good.
Marty, go fuck yourself.
Peace.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. You piece of shit.
Sorry, Ma. That fuck he's away.
Oh man, fucking.
So listen, I've got someone I wanted to ask you about, right? I was reading an article in the Athletic yesterday about Raheem Sterling and about how fucking he's at Feyenoord, he's 31-year-old, his fucking legs are gone, he's never going to be fit. And I've got me thinking about Iheanacho and maybe Oxlade Chamberlain to a lesser extent. How the fuck are these professional football players? How is Iheanacho only going to play football for 20 minutes after all these fucking months?
Harper.
What?
I've been holding off. My mate Barry takes me at 10 o'clock on the button asking that question, and I told him, and I said, do you know what? I'll bring it up on the pod. So that's brilliant that you brought that up, right?
I just didn't understand it.
I was listening to Andy Brasso on the aforementioned On the Continent, and they were talking about the Raheem Sterling, right? And he says Raheem Sterling hasn't had a proper pre-season, and that can be also given to Chamberlain. I don't know Iheanacho's status on that, but Iheanacho's 29. So what Andy Brasso was saying was he brought up 3 examples. I'm pretty certain of like top fucking world class players, and basically said, well, they miss pre-season here and they never ever go up running during the season. They were always chasing themselves. And he says, if they're struggling with pre-season, then low-level players will struggle without a pre-season. Now, I think that's a fair argument. But we signed Iheanacho when did we say? September?
Right?
And he's had a lot of injuries. When is the point that we just decide, do you know what, guy? See, for the next 2 months, you're just going to bust your ass. Because I dare say when he's training with the rest of the team, they're no doing fitness work because the rest of the team don't need fitness work. But surely professional football players should be getting through a regime that
Especially
gets
medical science and everything at the clubs and that. Like.
It's incredible.
I can't answer your question, right? I don't understand. Iheanacho, look, I mean, it's a generalisation, maybe bordering on racism, what I'm going to say here, and I'll take but seeing my experience of African folk, they're the most positive people going, right? I've generally never met an African guy who's like pure negative, right? And I don't know if it's, but
I work with a few in the hard agree with you, aye.
Right, the very, very positive outlook in people.
It's a full continent we're talking about here, but I've got a very right. I've got a small sample size, but they're actually
exactly. So I'm kind of limited to like 4 out of the fucking 30 fucking 5 countries or something that's included in it. But
million folk.
Exactly. But all right, okay, I'll bring it down. See all the Nigerians I've met in my life, very positive. right? God-fearing people and all that. Always talk, God will see me through this. Don't worry about it. And all that.
Big Amos, I used to work with. Liam, do you mind Amos?
Yeah.
Used to go for bevies. We used to take us that calabash when they were drinking the Nigerian Guinness.
Yeah, good guy.
Nigerian Guinness is what, 9.2 or something?
Oh, fucking hell. 3 bottles there. I was like, I'm going up the road.
No, so and see when I heard Martin O'Neill said, aye, Calaccio thinks he's fitter than he is. And I was like, well, that just... I'll give you an example. Remy, who I used to work with, he gave me a run home one time.
I'll be back in a minute.
And it was, I think it was a year I was getting married. They gave me a run home after, I think we'd played football or something. And he says, so you're getting married this year? And I was like, yeah, I get married. And he says, I think I might get married this year. And I was like, have you got a girlfriend? He's like, no, but I think I might get married. And I was like, cool. Fucking, just this attitude of fucking, I mean, hi, I'm just, that's how it'll work. But, in an actual just always cracks me as somebody's kind of, like, see if you went up to him and said, right, I need you to do this, he would just go, yep, I can do that. You know what I mean?
I worked with a guy for the Congo, right? And this was a few years ago in the last role I was in an island. And he was talking about how he was just saving all his money and he was going back to the Congo and that, right? And he says, I says, what are you going to do when you go back? He says, I'm going to buy a big house. He says, I'm going to get 5 wives. I says, 5 wives? He says, I'm going to get a wife for Sunday, a wife for Monday, a wife for Tuesday, a wife for Wednesday, a wife for Thursday. And I says, fucking Friday and Saturday. He says, that's for going out shagging.
Did he drink on bongo, Harper?
No.
Oh, come on, racist. Liam, racist.
It's the song. It's in the,
Yes,
it's in the lyrics.
I'm only kidding on. On bongo, we drink it in the Congo.
Exactly.
The pipe and passion for.
But it's the thing with Ian Atcher.
Well, I don't know. Again, is this bordering on racist? This comment, I mean.
Oh, but see that.
I'm yet to be a negative scammer.
He's been back in the fold for how long now? He's been around the team for what, six weeks or something, 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, like the point you made earlier there, Scott or Hub, I can't remember who said it, but you know, Ian Atcher doesn't need to be doing like controlled touch shooting. He's probably the best at the club or the best attacking player in a lot of them elements. He should be having a one-to-one personal trainer to get him up to some level.
Exactly.
See if that guy was fit, you'd have him signed for next season.
I've been saying that a good bit. I don't think in an actual, for what I've seen him, I think he's a 1 in 3, maybe 1 in 4 striker in terms of chances. I don't think he's like clinical, but I think he's 29-year-old, if you get him proper match fit, I think you've got a belter of a player. I mean, like, see his enthusiasm. I mean, like, even the fucking videos for the other night at the end of the game, and he's fucking waving his tap. He's the first guy on the pitch if he's a sub man fucking running about. I really like him. And see, to be honest, I like Chamberlain as well, but you can't have Chamberlain and McGregor at the same time. We need to do something in midfield.
I mean, Chamberlain still looks pretty fit, pretty lean and fit to me, but Ian Atcher doesn't look anything like that at all. He looks like a Sunday League player, kind of.
We'll see the Hibs game. Did you see? I think it was you, Harper, said he looked done in after 5 minutes, didn't he?
Yeah. Every game he's been on, I think the same thing.
He's less fit now than he was when he came to us.
That's right. Yeah.
By the way, another thing
that's true.
I've just noticed there the now. Do you know our monikers, right? Would you like to look what mine is? And it has been that since we started this.
I noticed that straight away.
The ticket, yep.
Ticket from Love Street in 1986.
Did we not think we're stupid?
What happened then?
Been looking at it for 3 hours, Jason.
But fucking, I've just realised. I remember I put it on at the start.
You're the only one that never noticed it.
No, but I don't actually look at it, but it must be a sign.
You want to take them sunglasses off when you're on the podcast, mate? You'd be better.
Jason, man. Many Ecuadorial Guinnesses you had.
Ecuadorial, it's fucking Nigerian, you can't get it right.
God. Somebody in the chat says, I was, nah, fuck you.
The Congo.
So what is your
David Harper?
cans of a plaque? The more. Huh?
Huh?
This is the tan of a plaque, the plaque.
Oh,
Plan of attack.
I'm everybody's at my work all day. Oh, where you going? I'm just sitting in the house. I can't go to a pub for a game like
You're
that.
just
The
sitting in the house waiting on
distractions.
that keg hitting 3% at 3
Well,
degrees.
that keg's gone in the night, and the kegs get moved into the living room. She's gone away with her daughter for the day, and the young fella's away. So keg in the living room, me and Luke will be watching it. Happy days. I go to the pub. Too many distractions. Going to the bar and going to the toilet, and I might even get one of Joe's fucking milk cartons for pissing him.
I'd say you need another keg carper for the day tomorrow, man. That's not going to do 2 years.
I've only got a cat. Well, Luke doesn't drink, so I've only got a can. I've got a keg of Stella there for myself.
What's your plan, Scott?
Mate, again, underwhelming. So he's I run the Wayne's football team, right? And I never put in for a cancellation because I was kind of hoping it would give a home game, and I would book the pitch and I'd book it at 9 o'clock, and it would all be done. And sure enough, the furthest game we can get is Les Mahigo, and they gave me Les Mahigo away, and I'm going, oh, you're shitting me, man. And I'm kind of hoping, well, here's hoping they hit us with an early one. Even 10 o'clock I can handle. 11:30. I was like, so I lost half my team, right? Lost half my team.
Last week,
and so we've figured it out, and the two big current buns in the team are taking the team, and they're picking up all the wins. So well done, the pair of them, superstars for me. So I'm free, but I've got a communion at 4 o'clock in fucking the Alona. So
you need to be back for the game for that.
So I need to be back to get ready. I need to come back for the game. Get the
bloody Catholics, I'm telling you.
I know. Fucking communions. Why don't we put communions in June? No, I mean, end of the season. Fucking.
Yeah.
So so that's my but the Blessed Rosie had literally just said to me, if you want to have a few pints beforehand, I'll drive back, and I was like, whoa, because I do get the old nerves.
See my kids' communions, both of their communions never ever interrupted with a big game. And we were probably the earliest 24, so our communion would have been 18 years ago. I might have been winning leagues and stuff like that. Rory 21. So
well, Anton's was a couple of weeks ago, and meant we missed the Falkirk game.
Aye, mine's didn't. Because I mind theirs were about Easter, so it wasn't like end of season. This is quite late, I think, is it not? But I don't know. So I always mind one of theirs was at Easter. But aye, there you go. But needs must. Our God reigns and all that stuff. So aye.
What about you, Liam?
I'm a free spirit tomorrow, mate. I'll be hopefully celebrating with the big man tomorrow. So I'll be down around the lane with a few pints.
Are you lady well bound after the game, Liam?
A free spirit, mate. So just see where the flow takes us.
It's a big parts up. So big parts up for Sheffield, big chief.
Good.
So,
yep.
So him and Nicola are up, and aye. So Tommy's there for New York. Marty Fashion's over. It's a full fucking division out the Mora. Fucking Marty Fashion, LA #1 is over again as well. He's out with Tommy the night in the tune.
Excellent.
So our Joe fucking didn't have a ticket to. He's obviously fucking not got a season ticket. So he just fucking takes our fucking season tickets and stuff like that. So, but he's wangled his way out of a box for the Mora now.
That's a bit standard for Joe.
He's a fucking unbelievable. So it'll be a full squad at the Mora. So fingers crossed. So I'm going to get a training, and I'll bet I know the fans are cheering the team in for 10:30, but our train gets in at 11:15. So I'll get that one. Cause there's a guy coming to clean the gutters tomorrow, so I need to wait. One does work tomorrow, so I need to wait.
Half 12 kickoff, and the bus shouldn't turn up till 11, Jason. So you might just make it, I think.
All right, so I'll be there then. So
it's always 90 minutes before, so maybe that's just a gathering at 10:30, and then
so I'll get half a domain up at 11:45, so I'll be there then. That'll be fine.
Yeah, I've got to dish a few tickets out, but then I'll be there about 11:30, hopefully, and ready for a big day.
Don't fucking say that. Well, folk will be listening to this pod in 2 days. They'll be like, the bastard.
They're not my tickets, people's tickets I'm holding for them. So
by the way, see the amount of texts I've had today? You get any spare? Honest to God. Folk that you don't even fucking really talk to that much. Guy for Liverpool, like, he's no one of my mates, no one of the boys that would sort out, etc. There's loads of Scousers coming up with no tickets, and like, I would normally sort them all out, but they didn't give me any advance notice, so I can't sort them out. So there's loads of them coming up with the tickets, loads of Evertonians. This guy phones me up. All right, Jay, I'll pay whatever MD's asking. I says, we don't do touts here, mate. I says, it's face value only. And I says, you've only phoned me tonight. I says, no chance. Oh, sorry, lad. All right. I'll be up tomorrow anyway. We'll get a bevy. I'm like, I ain't bother. Fucking, yeah, but it's a different world. What, the night before the game, can you get us a couple of tickets? You're like, cheeky bastards. Fucking hell. So that's it. So I'm just fucking hopefully I can still enjoy the day. Just win. But see if we're winning by a goal with 10 minutes to go, fucking hell, the stress.
Well, as you say, I mean, it's a certainty. Now that you've said that, it wasn't in my head, and now you've said it, it's a fucking certainty. We're all going to be having kittens, man, and there was one. See that? Do you remember that we went to Livingston, and I think Hearts drew or get beat off of Hibs earlier in the day? Is that right? Was that under Nancy? Fuck. Away to Livingston.
Aye, it was under Nancy, and we were getting beat. We were getting beat. Aye, and we won 4-2.
No, were we getting beat twice?
Aye.
Yeah, that left back twice.
Aye.
That was that game. That was at Christmas.
That's the one, right?
Me and Sharon were there.
I met you with tickets, remember?
That's right. I've seen everybody that day. But Jason sorted me out the tickets.
You never saw me. I can't.
Let's see you.
Huh?
You did.
I
grabbed you by the
standing in the queue.
You did see me. That's all right. Right.
Sean was
okay. But see that game.
Oh, sorry.
My mate drove off, and I remember saying to my pal on the way there, you'd love this just to be a stress-free day, that Celtic just go, stick a couple of quick goals, and we just can't, and the game just passes by, and we're all just cool. And remember, Hibs were 3-0 up, because obviously Hearts tapped the league, and Hibs were 3-0 up. And you're sitting there going, fucking bro. And we sat and we put the Edinburgh Derby on before we walked out of the game. And Hearts scored 2 late goals and then hit the bar. And we're all freaking out. And the stress is out, you're fucking not watching the other game. Before you walk into the Celtic game and fucking, as you say, so how did the score go? We were a goal down after 3 minutes. Yep. We equalised after 6. And then they scored after 8 minutes. Fuck me, man. This season.
4-2 at half time.
4-2. Aye, 4-2 at half time. Second half. Aye, that was my boring second half. Fuck's sake, man. Aye, just get it done.
See that Livingston game you're talking about? Sharon was with me, obviously, and we had her young fella and my nephew and that. And it was funny, I just seemed to bump into every single Celtic fan that I knew. When they grunned in that, Sarah and everything's coming up and cuddling me, and then another guy like, Sharon's going, who are all these fucking women? You're looking at the football. Just seemed to be bumping everybody for Alloa, Stirling, fucking, it was brilliant. What day that was actually. You mind it? Come here, I want to ask you, have you none of you any, I know the postman's always there, none of you thinking about coming there for the Shells game, no? July.
Oh, mate, thinking about it constantly, but just holidays. Because, but the thing is, every
It's
year I
midweek
say,
as well, eh?
but every year I always say I'm not doing European. I'm not doing the Europeans this year, so that should open up. Because I've not been to I've not been to any trips. Know what I mean? And every year I fucking end up doing a couple of one or two. Do you know what I mean? But
For
no,
anybody
I'd love
listening,
to. Do you know what the biggest arse up I made it this year for no so much for your games, a League Island game was I'm going on to Belfast and then up to Donegal to see Marty, and we're going to Proclaimers in Deacon Blue.
Mm.
And I was saying to her we should have went on a Friday to Derry and fucking took a game in, know what I mean?
Aye.
That's what we should have done, but it's done now, fuck.
Just so anybody listening, right? This game's not been announced anywhere yet, but it's 100% happening. Either the 7th or 8th of July. The guys I know in the club are saying the 8th of July. Apparently, one of my mates who's mates with somebody at Celtic, fucking, it's a cameraman with Celtic TV, and he's saying it's the 7th. But I'm pretty sure it'll be the 8th of July, which is a Wednesday. They tried to get the Aviva. They couldn't get the Aviva, so it's going to be Talker Park, which only holds 7,000. I've been promised 8 tickets. The guy that does the fanzine, they sponsor a player, so they can buy up to 8 tickets for any game. So I've got one for Sean, one for Joe, and young Jojo. Myself, well, I'll have a season ticket and I'll get a ticket. So
there's 4 for the listeners. 4 for
any of you are thinking about coming, just, well, Sean, Sean's bringing his boys or whatever.
It's 4 for your scouts, pals. Listen, right before the game.
See, to be honest with you, Harper, my days of that. See now, like, see with holidays for work and stuff like that. Nah,
oh, I'd be the same, but I'm just hoping some of you come out just to get the crack.
Aye, I know. I'd love to be able to go, but nah, it's like I'm holidays at a minimum. I've only took see my summer holidays like 9 days, no 9 days, 7 days, and I'm keeping them all because I'm desperate for January, February, Brazil and Argentina. I want to do it. So
see, it'd be different if it was a Saturday or a Sunday, but
totally.
It's still in season. It's still in season here, eh? So it's got to be
definitely.
midweek because fucking Shell's playing a Friday night.
Would have been there, man.
Definitely. Aye. If it was a Saturday or Sunday, I'd come out and bother. But no, fuck that. Even Celtic away European games, I've curtailed them and all. Well, I'll do one or whatever, but nah. I want to try and do other stuff now. I want to get to Brazil and Argentina. I've not fucking done that yet. It's a disgrace. I'm obsessed with football, and I'm obsessed with watching South American football. And I've never been to see it, so I want to go and see it. So, aye.
We should definitely get fucking on do a pod on there. Like you've done before. A fucking rambling pod.
Well, I thought we were doing a pod in Marty's caravan.
Fucking hell, man.
We need to get that sorted.
Yeah,
what about the fucking pub?
Can we just push the caravan down the hill and we'll get down to Harper?
What about the pub Joe was hiring?
Yeah, with the Rebel Band. Marty's caravan with the Rebel Band. Get
them up into Marty's caravan.
Craig won the prize, so that's ours by default. So get it on.
Right, well, they get that sorted. We'll try during the summer. Try one weekend. We can all get together and do a pod. So that one we did in Dublin was brilliant. Brilliant. That was it. Man. What a day that was! Fucking class. Fucking hell. That was the 100-year anniversary of 1916, wasn't it?
Perfect. We had that room in Mulligan's, like it was just perfect.
I watched that. What was the name of the lassie that was with you?
Lisa.
Lisa, fuck.
Aye. She's lovely.
She with the foundation or something?
Aye. She does a lot of work with him.
I've not heard sight or sound there in a while.
She's probably been Mar Hall now.
Setting off rockets.
Is that when your eyesight failed for the first time, Jason, wasn't it?
That's when I became a part-time blind man. Yeah. No disrespect to him that's blind listening to the podcast, but I was blind drunk, so I had an excuse.
Well,
straight in. That was time.
Right, boys. It's fucking 12:15.
Just before we go, I've got one AOB, right, and it's very relevant. So Jason, you know what? I'm the chronicle
Candy
of every conversation that we've had at the Homeboys forever. Right, I think you should finish off with the Hearts scarf story before we go ahead of tomorrow.
The Hearts scarf story?
Amsterdam.
Oh, fuck aye. Harper even remembers that. I couldn't remember what you talk about, right?
I've only heard you tell it about 7 times.
You can streamline it if you want, but
right. So my mate Lenny was getting married, and there was 40, 50s went to Amsterdam for his stag weekend, and so there was like, I'd say there was like, Lenny's no mad. He's a Celtic fan. He's boy Harry. I'm his godfather, but he's a big Celtic fan. But Lenny wouldn't. He'd be a Celtic fan, but he wouldn't go to games and like go to the game. But no, a mad Celtic fan. But all his mates are all Tims. Well, he's a Tim as well, but no big Celtic fan. So anyway, so the demographic would have been maybe about the 40, 50 that went. Probably about 40 Celtic fans. Maybe about 7, 8 Huns. Couple of Marlow fans. Maybe folk didn't even like football. That'd have been a bit it. So we're all in Amsterdam, bang on time, fucking having a ball. It was the summer, just madness as you can expect. A stag weekend in fucking Amsterdam, and so it's the final day. So we're all fucking struggling. 2 days on the Swally and whatever, and there John was there. No, fucking. Me and John and Joe were there. So we're sitting in a wee cafe next to one of the canals. Next thing, all these fucking Hearts fans started walking down. I'm like, what the fuck? I fucking checked on my phone. Hearts were playing some Dutch team in pre-season tour. So they had a couple of buses there. So they've all walked by, and a couple of them seen our John. They've gave him a couple of wee choice comments. Like, what the fuck are you saying, you cunts? No, just the usual. So fucking, there was a wee bit of fucking, but some of them were alright, some of them were hanging. And then it got a bit fucking tasty, and we're like, oh, you fucking, so there was fucking 40 or 50 of us, would have fucking smashed them if it came here. But you're obviously not want to fucking cause any bother. You're like, fuck off. So next thing, it got to a bit edgy. And we're like, fucking, so one of the boys, Holmesy, if you Lockheed, a few Lockheed boys with us. Holmesy for Lockheed sitting there, this old guy's coming in, he's like, oh, how you doing, boys? I've followed the Hertz for 16 years. This Hertz scarf has been with me forever. Fucking anyway. Holmesy just took it off his fucking neck and just tucked it in the canal and says, let's not be anywhere near the pal, so fuck off.
So hopefully that's an omen for tomorrow.
Scandalously bad part, but that's brilliant.
God, you've heard that story about 5 times at least before.
Jesus, man.
I usually hear it at this point of a pod, and I'm usually the use at this point of a pod.
That was the most tame story for that trip. There was 50 things fucking more mental than that I could say, but I would never say on this.
Right, so we'll call it, gentlemen. To those in the chat, well done, yous. He's added to it. Brilliant. Harper, what a successful return.
Right.
If Celtic win, you're welcome back.
Oh, listen, tune into my This Red's Life podcast.
Well, tell folk about it. Where can they hear it? Where can they?
You have to follow me on Instagram and get it. It's Guerrilla Radio.
You're a Liverpool fan now, Harper?
Because it's the fucking music. I can't put it up anywhere. So it's just on a OneDrive. It's just on my OneDrive, so you have to have a link to get in to see it. So.
But you said this Reds podcast is a Liverpool fan thing.
Oh, fucking Shells.
Shells. Is that folk listening to this would know that? I didn't even know they were red. There you go.
Jerry Johnson played for Shelbourne.
There you go. It shows you.
Dixie Deans.
Ben Al Madima.
Take anything away from this podcast.
Ben Al Medina.
No, Ben Al Madina. Ben Al Madina.
Benel's. We're done.
Just like, yeah, fucking hell, followed the Hertz for 60 years now.
Anyway, we're calling it. Well
Calling it.
done, everybody. Moan Celtic tomorrow. Moan Celtic.
fucking
Let's just get it done.
Please.
And fuck Hearts, basically.
I hope all the high bees are smiling tomorrow.
Yeah, aye.
Absolutely. God bless
Well
Albert.
done, man. I'll speak to you soon, all right?
God bless
Right, enjoy
Albert.
your day,
Keep
boys.
back in. God bless.